Raider Nation, what's going on? Are you ready to get a little bit wild today? I know I definitely am. Happy birthday to Tyo Raider. He's got a surprise for us. I got a boot, and today's show is going to get lit. If you're ready to get this thing going, I need a loud Raiders down below. Jeremy Chuggs is going to be giving some shout-outs here on the Raiders Report. One of many boots going down today.
Let's go! Spam it down in the comment section. Raiders! I see Vinthrak, Taino, Die Hard. I'm for me, Juan Hernandez, ED Amazing, Punisher, 1251, Eric M. All ready for the show to begin.
You ready? Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz, your host of the Raiders Report, and it's Thursday. It's time to get live. It's time to get a little bit litty. I know Friday is usually Friday happy hour, but today, for my guy Tyo Raider, he is one of the OG watchers here. He sent us something, which I still don't even know what the hell that it is. And I can't wait to see what it is, but Taino told me it's his birthday. He's down to party. He sent something for the Raiders Report to make sure that we have a good time. And today, we're going to have ourselves one hell of a time. So coming up here on today's show, we're going to be going through some of the OTA news and notes just from the past, let's say, 2 days or so. If you guys have any questions for me or for Jeremy, use hashtag Raiders or you can super chat, get those questions, comments up here on the program. But the two segments that I really wanted to look at is the Raiders are going to get some salary cap space, right? We're getting a lot of money. Thank you very much there, Jimmy Garoppolo. If he did anything for us, I mean, he didn't do anything, but still, we're about to get $24.07 million. I almost feel like Jimmy Garoppolo's contract is girl math, where if I told Alex, hey, I'm going to give you $72, and then in a year from now, we're going to get an extra 24, she's going to be like, hey, I'm getting $24, but hey, we didn't lose the $72 million. Bottom line is we're going to get some extra money, and I got an updated free agent target video for the Las Vegas Raiders. Then we got some surprise cut candidates. I'm excited to see what this Week 4 sim has in store because the Browns, I believe, are undefeated in Madden. Raiders are 2-1. And then we're going to reveal Tyo Raider's gift. And Tyo told me that, again, he wants to really party today. So I'll tell you what deal it is if you want to see the gift, because I know I want to check it out. And Juggs and I have been trying to figure out what the heck this massive thing is below me right here. I'll tell you more about what that deal is, but I do want to know down below from the nation if you want to shout out here on the Raiders Report. Number one, anytime somebody bangs today, I'm doing a beer bong, and we're going to be hoisting up the Tyo Raider jersey. I'm rocking the Vinthrak jersey. He was our MVP the last time we went live for the Raiders Report for our Madden Sim. Whoever is the MVP of today's show, I am going to wear your jersey for the entire show tomorrow when the Raiders have their Week 5 game. But I genuinely want to know, who do you want the Raiders to sign post-June 1st? And we'll get into some of the more details here of how much money this team's about to get, where they're going to be, because they're going to have enough money to just think of any free agent right now available. Any guy. They got the money to go out and sign him and probably the other guy that you're thinking about. Let me see here. We got Ed Robbins rocking with Stephon Gilmore. Martin giving a salute to Rebel Montana. What's up, my man? Xavier Howard from Juan Hernandez. I missed a giggity from Robert Jansen. Is that my fault or is that a you fault? I almost said bitch Lowry is almost what I said. Blair, what up, Blair? Thanks for the tweet back today, Mitch. You the man. Blair, thank you to you and your dad for watching the show. As soon as I scheduled the Raiders live show today, I saw down in the comments section, I saw, like you guys were kind of going back and forth. I don't remember the exact one yet. It's too high up now. But it was like, That's my dad. Like, I don't know. I thought it was really cool. Hung out with my dad last weekend. I talk to him every morning. I talk to him every day after work, which I'll be honest, today's conversation on my walk home is going to be, it's going to be one for the record books, I have a feeling. But I want you all to name a free agent. Justin Simmons, in-division experience from Jarrett James, which, I mean, Justin Simmons, you are going to hear me talk about him today. And even though, like, I don't really think anybody watched right now, why for yes and for no, do you think safety is a need for this team? I actually think that safety is probably one of the positions that we're top-heavy good at with Merrick and then also Marcus Epps. And then I also really like the depth that we have with Isaiah Polamayo, a Trey Taylor, a Chris Smith you add on top of that. However, though, if we're talking about putting together a freaking great football team, especially on the defensive side of the football, and if we are a little bit worried, let's say, about, you know, our other corner, like, hear me out here, right? And Jeremy's, he'll be right back. He just had to step out real quick. So, like, which defense do you think is better? If I paint a picture of Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones, pair that with three safeties of Epps, Merrick, and then Justin Simmons, or do you think it's better with pick any corner that the Raiders have right now? You pick any single one, pair him with Nate Hobbs, Jack Jones, Marcus Epps, and then Trevon Merrick. Like, I have enough confidence in Antonio Pierce. I have enough confidence in Patrick Graham. I think both of those guys have shown and earned that right. Plus, I believe in the Raiders DB coaches and the safety coach, Ricky Manning, Gerald Alexander, where I'm like, you know what? If you guys want to run a three-safety set on defense, I trust them. Until Patrick Graham, until Antonio Pierce give me a reason to not trust their ability to be able to run a very high-level defense, I'm going to trust that they're going to be able to run a high-level defense. We got 300 people here in the building. If you haven't already, make sure you click that like button. I'll be honest, I don't know what's going to happen when we do hit 100 likes, but I do think it's going to be something special. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure you guys wish Taino a happy birthday. If you don't know the whole story behind Taino and why he's so important to us here at the Raiders Report, so there was a day where Taino sent me a picture of, he got the Raiders Report logo tattooed on his arm, which, don't get me wrong, I love what we do here. I got a Raiders tattoo myself, and I'm sure a lot of people also have one. He got that, and then he met up with Chuggs in Vegas. Chuggs signed his arm, and he got that tattooed on his arm. I mean, if that's not commitment to excellence, then quite frankly, I don't know what is. So, Taino, believe me when I tell you this, I gave you my phone number for a reason, which I think there's maybe only like 20 Raider fans in the world that have my phone number. And Taino sent me a picture yesterday. He was chilling on the beach in Ocean City, Maryland, enjoying his birthday. So today, we're going to have a lot of fun. And we do this show not for Jeremy, not for me, not even just for you guys sitting there at home. But we do it for everyone, right? I mean, I saw Taino earlier on the day say, you know, like, I know my Raider family isn't going to let me down. So if you guys want to party today, if you guys want to get a little bit wet and wild here for Taino for his birthday, I want to see some HBDs down below because today's going to be a hell of a day. Ventrack said, yo, I'm in Maryland. You're in Maryland? Ventrack, I'll say that. How close are you to Ocean City, Maryland? Because when I was a kid growing up, that's where my mom and I used to go on vacation. That's where we would go to the beach. And I told her, I don't know if this year I'm going to be able to do it. I am hoping, though, very soon that I'm going to be able to take a vacation trip to Ocean City, Maryland. And Ventrack, I promise you this, I'm going to let you know. But here's the deal. You got to let me buy the first round or two. I love it and I hate it at the same time when I meet somebody in person and they're like, Mitch, I'm buying your drinks tonight. No, you're not. You guys buy me drinks all the time on here. I'm buying the drinks if we meet up in person. Billy Davis, what's up, man? I see Kingston Key, Jake Serb, Taino in the building. I'm me, for me, believe. What's up, Sean? Ryan, all showing love to Taino, which is what the Raiders Report here is all about. Rebel Montana, let's sing them a birthday song. Well, I'm not the one that usually sings, but we're going to go for it here. Happy birthday to you. Jeremy's got a big smile on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Taino Raider. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Taino. And now everybody watching the show is like, I see why Jeremy does the singing here. Yep. You're definitely not wrong. Let's go to the better version of me. Next super chat up here on the show from Evil Me. It's crazy that we got the best tight end room in the NFL. Imagine getting a top 10 quarterback, and our defense is crazy enough that Khalil Mack comes back. I love me some Khalil Mack. We don't need Khalil Mack to make this defense a top 5 defense. To me, the Raiders already have a top 5 defense. And if you don't think that they're a top 5 defense, then you're definitely sleeping on this unit. They proved it last season. And then you got better this offseason by adding the Christian Wilkins. You're also getting that extra year with the head coach in Antonio Pierce. You're also, like, when you listen to Jack Jones, when you listen to even Michael Mayer, right? We're talking about tight ends. They talk about practice this year as almost like, which, like, I'm not surprised. They're like, man, I like going to work. I have a good time. We're allowed to be happy and play football. Where last year with McDaniels, it was, you weren't allowed to have fun. It was meant to be a business. And I understand the idea of approaching your job work with the utmost serious. Like, this might surprise you. Jeremy and we take our job very seriously. We also have fun. We do a lot of shenanigans. We do a lot of dumb stuff. But, like, at the same time, there is nothing that I take more serious, maybe outside of my relationship with Alex and Chuck and my family, than this show. You're allowed to have fun at your job. And the Raiders are finally doing that. And I think it's going to be a contagious thing. But the number one thing that's going to hold us back this season, and it's not a knock on Minshew. It's not a knock on Aiden O'Connell. It's just the freaking truth. Like, the number one thing that is going to hold the Raiders back this season is going to be their quarterback play. If you can figure out a way to get Minshew and Aiden to play at a average quarterback level, that's all I need is average quarterback level. This team is a playoff caliber team. Like, they are. If they play below average, I still think that they're going to be somewhere around 7-8 wins. I was listening to ESPN this morning, and they were talking about win totals, and the Raiders have a 7.1 win total, and they were like, oh, it's going to be way too many wins for the Raiders. I hope we get to prove them wrong. We got my man Jeremy Chuggs here in the building.
Yo!
Chuggs, stop hiding from
right
Hasbulla.
I'm right here.
Yeah?
Don't worry.
We had a little technical difficulties to get this thing started.
Well, I have a checking and a savings account, and it takes a couple days for me to go to the checking and the saving. So there was a couple of things here on the back end. I forgot to delete a couple of the past Madden streams.
Gotcha.
So the computer
was glitching?
No, I just had to. It didn't have enough space for everything because it had like 6 games on there.
I mean, that makes sense.
So it was like,
that makes sense.
I was looking at it before because I was making sure all the Madden stuff was right, and the second half wasn't loading, and I was like,
yikes.
But then I figured out why, and I just double checked with executive czar Brett.
Imagine the Madden sim of, all right, guys, we're getting ready to get into the fourth quarter, and the game is over.
It freezes.
Trace would probably ask, do you think they're just going to play around him? As I guess my bet. Ventrick! Bang! Let's get it started in high. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in high. Let's get it started in here. What's that song? Do you know that song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Of course I do.
It was sung by Darren Waller and all the auto-tune. No. I'll tell you what, I heard that song today from Waller, brutal. And the wise words of one person that works here, brutal. And I mean absolutely brutal. Ventrack, shout out to you. Here's the thing. This is going to be tough.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you. I am just now realizing what I'm about to get myself into. I am just now realizing what's going to happen here. So I owe another boot. I do already have it prepared. I kind of thought that maybe Chuggs was going to do one. I got this one, though. Rules are rules. Chuggs, you're getting the next one, though. Taino wants to party today, okay? Taino wants to party today. If we get 3 more bangs, we're going to reveal what Taino ended up getting the Raiders report, Raider Nation. I'm not even necessarily sure
what it is. He said he's sending something else for me, so I'm thinking this is for you because I don't know.
All right. This is what it is, all right? Guys, I'm not kidding you. I have no idea what it is. I described it to people in Zoom.
Predict it in the comment section.
I have no idea.
Predict what you think Taino got us.
Nico on our Zoom call said, what if he just got you a big dildo? If this is a dildo,
great.
That's a great prank.
Great joke.
I think I already know what color it is, though. Silver, of course. It's obviously silver.
What do y'all think Taino got us?
What do you guys think Taino got us? We are 3 bangs away from revealing what it is. Also, tomorrow is also going to be the last day in our bang race, which I should mention for the month of May. Whoever is the MVP for the month of May, we're going to send you a special Raiders Report jersey, which right now, Benthrax got the lead with 10 bangs. 93 Nabman's got 8. Scheffler's at 7. Ultra VAB and Zahn are at 6. And then Noah Santana's at 6. This guy, Taino, you're not even supposed to be the one that does it, but F it, let's go. Taino Raider Bang! Here, you can pour this one up for Taino. There you go. There you go. That one's for you.
Yes, please open it. It's an FKC sign. Oh, why'd you ruin the surprise? Oh, wow. All right, well, that leaves us right here. 2 more bangs and we're going to reveal what it is. Is it? If it's an imagine if it's a neon FKC sign.
Oh, man. It's a lot of liquid. I'm not going to lie. That was a bad choice on me. I really powered through that. Oh, dude, there is a burp that's going to happen. I'm going to burp at 11 o'clock at night, and I'm just going to be like, God, Taino, son of a gun. Son of a gun, man.
Oh, my goodness. Noah Santana, I believe we win at least 1 playoff game this year.
I'll be real with you. I would love that. If you told me right now I could sign up, like imagine if the NFL season was like a game of deal or no deal. And the banker calls in and he goes, I'm going to give you guys 1 playoff win. Would you sign up for it? Would you sign up for it? Yes or no?
If I'm the Raiders?
If you're the Raiders.
Yes.
You would? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I agree. Because that means Antonio Pierce did a hell of a job.
Is that saying like you for sure lose in round 2, or that's the least that you get?
Correct. You're absolutely positively losing in round 2.
Oh.
I mean, if you guarantee me the least you're going to do is 1 playoff win, everybody here is taking it. Giggity. I mean, it's the truth. But like, to me, if you're the Raiders, you want to feel confident that you are trending in the right direction.
You would want to say no.
What?
I said whenever you know you're there is whenever you would say no to that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean that's fair.
And speaking of deals or no deals.
What is that? What is shot and tattoo?
So if you send in $50, so this is the photo of Taino getting my name on his arm. He brought a Sharpie and he had me sign his name or sign my name on his arm, and then he went and got it tattooed. So I thought it'd be a fun idea for Taino's birthday. If you send in $50, we'll take a shot and we'll Sharpie your name on Mitch's arm.
Sharpie. Okay. I saw shot and a tattoo. And a weird part of me, I heard...
Well, it has a little Sharpie next to it. It has a little Sharpie next to it.
Dude, can you imagine the amount of tattoos that I would have then? That would be a rather large amount, man. That'd be kind of wild. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, so we do have a game prediction going on today. Raiders, Browns. Let me know down below who you think is going to end up winning this game. Reminder, we are 2 bangs away from revealing what Taino got us. I don't know, man. Navman said, what about if I send a hundo? Does that still apply? You get a bang. You get a bang there, Navman. Unless you're like, you know what? I don't want to see you guys drink. I'd rather have 2 names signed on. I'll go 93, and then I'll go Navman. Or you got to write. Or I guess I can write it. Though, where do you want it? Because I feel like I have to put it here so that way they can see it and that way I can write it. Because if it goes up here, the problem is with these sleeves, they're too tight. They really are. That's as high as it goes. Start there and work our way down? All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Dude, I'll tell you what. I'm excited for today's show. Today's going to be a good day. I also saw somebody asking about Venmo. Yes, $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. We're going to do our first duck race at halftime of our Madden Sim, and then we're going to do another duck race at the end of the game. At the end of the game. You really think this is an FKC sign? I mean, the only reason why I think he's lying, how are you fitting just FKC on this? You know what I mean? Like, there's no way this just says FKC. There's no way. F the Chiefs? Maybe. What up, Adane? Tickets to a Raiders game. You know what's funny? I actually got, I had a Raider fan reach out to me this morning, or it was yesterday, and they told me that they're going to be giving away Raiders tickets this year, and it's going to be for one of the preseason games. So it's either going to be the Cowboys or the 49ers. If you're here watching the show right now, I won't reveal your name, but if you want to reveal your name, you can. I know you watch the show all the time. But he said that he's going to give us preseason tickets and that we're going to be able to give them away on the show, which we've done it before. And I'll say this, like, if you ever are in a situation where you know that you can't make it to a game because either family commitments or whatever, and you're like, you know what, I want to make sure that a Raider fan gets my tickets, don't be afraid to hit me up. We'll do like a raffle. We'll do something, maybe a fun like little duck race, and then that way we can figure out who's going to the game. Jeff! Or it's Jerry. When the two boots hit. Jerry! All right, so are you writing it or am I writing it? All right. So every 50, dude, I'll tell you what right now. See, I feel like you, oh, wait. So you know how you write your name, like you sign your name? Dude, you almost hit me right in the face with that. About gave me a teardrop.
Yeah, how about we softball?
What does that mean?
Little roll sleeve.
Oh, dude, softball. You know, I have something in common with softball players.
Hair tie?
Let's go with that.
Would you bow or no bow?
I feel like if I was a woman softball player, I'd probably go bow. I'm not going to lie to you. And Bo knows. You know what I mean? Bo knows. Yeah, I feel like you'd almost have to. Yeah, Jacob Serb's got the idea. Let's get some Jerry's going down in the comments section.
There we go.
Jerry.
Jerry.
So not only am I going to do multiple videos today, I mean, I think I have to do the cuts like this. Not only am I going to be the douche that's got a jersey on backwards, I also am going to have one sleeve rolled up. What a day. This is going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. My arm already feels like my legs do after I've been sitting down on the toilet for 15 minutes on my phone. I'm just saying, if it goes purple, everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's all good. We're all good here. We're having fun. We're laughing it up. I'm just going to have to use my left hand for the remainder of the show. And probably tonight. Yeah, that's probably it. Navman, think a bang should count for both. What do you mean, Navman? Oh, Ventrac. Ventrac said, put my name on that arm. Got to match the jersey. All right. Back up here, Chuggs. Chuggs, see, he said that he's going to be the one that signs it. I have a feeling a lot of up-downs. A lot of up-downs coming here today for Mr. Chuggs. The real question, how long is this going to last on my arm, you think? You think it lasts a week? 2 days? Hopefully it lasts longer than my finger tattoo. Yeah, that's, yep. What's up, Ventrac? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? This is going to be a hell of a collection here. The real thing is going to be is if we turn these into permanent. No, I'm just kidding. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Ventrac says Sharpie, couple of days tops. What's going to be interesting is Alex, she was like talking about like she wanted to have a pool day with all of her girlfriends this weekend. My arm is just going to be like, I always see those like tattoos where it's like a Bible verse, you know what I mean? It's just like goes down. I feel like we got to draw a script. I don't know how. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like a little script. Donnie, what about, dude, you got to hit up Sayer. Tell Sayer to fly in to draw a script on my arm. What about I ain't little all the time? What does that mean? I don't know, man. Big luck. What's going on here? You just never know. I'll tell you what. It might be weirder than what's on my screen over here. I want y'all to play a game with me right now. I will give anybody, I'm not even kidding you, $100 on Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365 if you can guess what is on this other screen over here. In fact, I don't even know how Jeremy did it. I don't even know. Well, now that's different. Now it's totally different. I have no idea. Oh, now we're back. And now it's gone. We got 350 people watching, and every single person here is saying, what the hell did I just tune into? Today is Tyo Raider's birthday. We're celebrating. He ended up getting us this. Whatever the hell this is, we are 2 bangs away from revealing what that is. 2 more away from revealing whatever the hell this is right here. I have no idea. Nabman, because you're a legend, Nabman, I'll make you a deal. You send in a hundo. If you send in a hundo, Navman, I'm going to let Jeremy write 93 Navman on my arm, and I'll do a beer bong for you. Navman's been asking. You're going to do the beer bong? All right, fair enough. Dude, that would be kind of iconic. How about this? While you're writing, I'll bird feed it to you. In the can. In the can, not me. You couldn't pay me enough. You could not pay me enough money to bird. What is that, mama bird you? Is that what they call it? Mama bird feed you a beer? 200 name on your forehead from $500? I swear to God, you just write it on my forehead. Why not? F it. It's Tyo Raider's birthday. Though, I don't know if I could do that in the cut. Lord Cameron Abbott! Let's go. Price Picks calls us like, what is this? Why does this guy have Taino on his forehead? Oh, it's not a bad idea. Use code CL. LCA. Yeah, that's big LCA. Somehow, some way, we will end up getting to the videos that we have planned for all y'all today. Taino spamming LCA. Ron told me to check my Venmo. I just did. I have 93 Nabman is in our duck race. And then I also see Nabman, you in. LCA, you in. Taino, I'm going to add you in under my name. So I will figure out a way to send you that money. I know you don't have Venmo, Taino, but we have your Cash App. So I'm going to put $20 in for Taino. So, Taino, I got you covered here. What up, Tuna? The great Tuna. Name your prediction for how many Pro Blowers. Let's be honest. There's only one former. No. How many Pro Blowers this year for the Raiders? What's great is I love Brandon, and Brandon's not the best with technology. He's sitting right now at home. He's beating himself up over this. I'm going to say the Pro Blowers on our team this year, Max Crosby is an all blower. Then I'm going to go Devontae Adams has an opportunity to be all blow. First team all blow. AJ Cole, probably first team all blow. I think Colton Miller, if he's healthy, I'm a little bit worried of what that shoulder injury looks like. Christian Wilkins, you got to hope is at least second or third team all blow. Maybe one of your safeties or cornerback. You know who's definitely first team all blow? Navman Bang! We are one bang away from revealing whatever the hell this is. I have no idea. I have no idea. Whatever it is, I want it. Unless it's...
She will be mine.
Unless, if that's a dildo, if that is a dildo, we're in trouble. Taino, is it a dildo? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. Also, with that bang, Navman now is one behind Venthrak for the May MVP. 93 Navman. Get him on there. Get him in there, Henry. Zip it in there, Henry. Reminder, $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. You got an opportunity to win a little bit of money. Noah Santana, you in. Also, Jason Gutierrez is in to Noah Santana. And I know a lot of people have been asking, Mitch, when's my jersey going to be on the show? I just got, I'm going to say like 11 to 12 Raiders jerseys, Navman, yours included. And I'll be wearing those because tomorrow, whoever the MVP of today's show is, I will wear that jersey tomorrow on the show for the entirety of it. And then that means Monday next week, I'm going to wear 3 new jerseys. Tuesday next week, I'm going to wear 3 new jerseys. So just keep that in mind. We will end up, we're one bang away. And I'm just telling you this right now, I'm not going to our first segment until I see what the hell's in this box. Right? I don't know. Like we always talk about Family Guy, the mystery box. I got to know what's in this freaking box here. Oh! Patrick! Bang! He's the reason why he is an MVP, which I'll tell you this right now, Venthrak was the MVP of last Madden Sim. He's right now in the lead of this Madden Sim. Could we have a back-to-back-to-back MVP? Venthrak, that's some Mount Raider type shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, I feel like you should be the one that opens it. What is it? Is it a dildo?
No. It's even better than that.
There's no way. Oh, shit. What the hell is that? You know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, hang on. Box is in the way. Are you fucking kidding me? That's amazing.
Let's go! Let's go!
Where do you even get something like this?
The undisputed world Las Vegas Raiders champion of the world, Mitchell.
You are, not me. Taino, are you shitting me? What is this? What is it? How do you get something like this? I'm not even kidding, y'all. And if you guys have ever sent us anything before, it's greatly appreciated. This is the coolest thing that we've ever been given. I mean, dude, that's heavy. That's a real belt.
Do it like, yeah, there we go. There we go.
What do you guys think? I don't know. Taino, so what do we, once we get our new studio, we got to hang this up. Our new turnover belt. Dude, it has to be. The new turnover belt. Taino, what do you think? Bro, I'm not even kidding you right now. Thank you so much. I'm not speechless often, but this is probably one of the coolest things that anybody has ever sent us. And it's like, actually, it's got like the WWE stuff on the back. Official authenticated replica championship title belt. Warning, choking hazard. Not for children under the age of 3.
Marsh, you can't have it.
Unfortunately, some people here are not able to have this. I'll tell you what right now. Everybody right now down below, spam Tyo Raider. This is amazing. Happy birthday to you, Tyo. Thank you again for everything that you do for the show. Thank you again for everything that you do for the nation. I mean, there's people that are watching the show right now that have maybe met you before in person. There's some people that have never met you in person before. But just know that for you to do something like this, man, that's freaking cool. This is freaking cool. Noah Santana said, Stone Cold Mitch Austin. I have never wanted to crack 2 beers over my head more than what I want right now. I just feel like if I do that, my boss is looking at me and he's shaking his head a little bit. I'm saying there's a deal to be had. That's all I'm saying. There's a deal to be had. I don't know what that number is yet. You get a few more boots in me, and we're going to make ourselves a deal today. Stone Cold Mitch Austin. What beer does he drink? Coors? Do we have Coors? I don't know if we have Coors. We're just going to slam them together. Oh, he does. What? Is it cold? I know. Horrible joke. I'm keeping this. What up, Brandon? You got to love the setup, Mitch. Thanks for taking it home. You know what, Brandon? Anytime you're going to throw me a softball like that, an alley like that, I'm going to oop it. I'm gonna oop it right there. Venthrak, this is a Pro Bowler level belt. Pro Blower level belt. I'll tell you what, I'm not even kidding you. This is probably one of the coolest things that we've ever gotten on this show. It is the coolest thing that we've ever gotten on this show. I mean, this is amazing. It even says, which I am just now noticing, established in 1960 on it. Like, this is real metal. I'm going to bet this is, what, 10 pounds? 10 to 15 pounds? Like, this is heavy. This is legit. Tyo, from the bottom of my heart, man, thank you very, very much. We're going to use this plenty, and I mean plenty, this year on the Raiders Report. Jeremy, I need you to spin that wheel for me, ma'am. Spin that wheel. Rebel said it's a collection. Oh, boy. What the hell is that? So, say that again.
First person to send in a 50, we're going to do a beer bong race.
You and me.
Yes.
That's a horrible deal. That's a horrific deal.
That's why it's on the wheel.
Oh, man. All right, so you're telling me for a 50, do they also get a shot and a tattoo? I mean, that's the worst deal ever created. That's a disaster. There's no way anybody's going to take us up on that deal. There's just no way. There's no way. Tick, 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 tick. Venthrak, the Wheel of Pain, man, you're not wrong. That is the definition of the Wheel of Pain. And now Lord Cameron Abbott said, you know what? You got it. You got it.
Since Lord Cameron Abbott already has his name on your arm.
So what? Whoever spams LCA the most?
They're
So
next.
it's almost like we do a show together sometimes. We do spend a lot of time together. It was good seeing you this weekend. Lord Cameron Abbott, whoever spams LCA the most, you're going to go right underneath 93 Nav Man. Right underneath the Nav Man. Oh, yeah, go get the fireball. Go get the fireball. Jerry said this is for Tyo. All right, so that means what? Jerry, you want me to put Tyo's name on my arm now, right? I'm guessing that's what it is. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Oh, dude, this is going to get nuts. Today's about to get nuts. You guys ready to get a little bit nuts here? Nah, man, I see it. Believe me, I see it from everyone. What's up, Jacob Serb? Misty Williamson. What up, Blair? Day, K-Rock, Quiet Storm. Punisher 1251. Oh, boy. The Fire Bleezy. I'm going to go with Punisher 1251. What a name to put on the arm. Punisher 1251 is the name that I'm going to go with.
For Taino. I'll put Taino.
Yep, you got to get Taino's name on there. And then we got to do one for Punisher 1251. If your name is already on my arm and you want to give somebody else a spot, same deal. Shout out to, seriously, Jerry. That's much appreciated, man. That's really cool that you did that. Yeah, this pool day with Alex's girlfriends is going to be, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a conversation starter. It's going to be a conversation starter. I'll tell you what, you're doing a hell of a job.
You can read them pretty clearly.
I mean, you can absolutely read these clearly. Can you actually wear this like a belt? Like, does it clip? I think it
looks like it.
It does look like it. That'd be pretty wild. If this thing actually clips, we got ourselves something pretty special here. We got ourselves something pretty special here. Though I realized, you know why it's not clipping? Well, the clips are on. I got to go the other way. Is it going to fit, though? I don't know. Dude, Big Papa, this belt is legendary. I don't know if it's going to work. Somebody's going to tune into the show right now. That's all they see is this. Just look up for a minute. That's all right. My fingers hurt. Oh, yeah? Well, now your back's going to hurt because you just pulled landscaping duty. All right. We got what? We got a race to do, don't we? Jerry, shout out to you. Totally forgot. You and me both. All right, Taino, I got to put this belt down or else I'm going to break it. Dude, that's sick. That's freaking sick, man. All right. Are you flying high? I'm flying pretty freaking good right now. I have definitely underestimated. I have underestimated how much you guys have already made us consume today. Cheers to you. Taino, cheers to you, brother. I don't even know why it's a race anymore. I don't even know why it's a race. It'd be like if Coop raced Chuck. Not even a race. Not even a real race. Oh, man. All right. We actually do have some Raiders content to get to, in case you guys are wondering. In case you're wondering, the answer is yes. We're going to get into some updated free agent targets. Then we are going to get into some surprise cut candidates. Then Raiders Browns Week 4 sim. Oh boy. This is going to be something. Jeremy, I do actually though I got to send you something. Yep. I do have to send you something here. Hang on a second. I am looking. I'm doing this. There's that. And then there's that. Which I think the second one that I sent you was for the race. I think is what it was. I think so. Like when we first said like the deal of the race. Could be for another name. Nabman. If you could tell me what... Yeah, see, he said for another race. So now, man, we did it for one race. We did it for one race. So here's what I'm going to do. If you want your name on my arm, I need you to spam 93 as many times as humanly possible. And we'll give him 2 entries to the race. All right, let me just write that down real quick here. 93, 93. That one's good. And then I think I already got Jason. All right, so right now, $20 Venmo, you would win $80 here on the Raiders Report. And before I get into this next segment, this next breaking news is coming into you from Noah Santana. Bang! Today's gonna be a day, man. Today is gonna be a hell of a day. Also, with that bang, Noah Santana, you are now in, oh boy, tied for 3rd place for our May Bang competition. 3rd place.
I have the name.
You have the name already. Dude, you just picked that name because of the name.
Oh, dude, look how much he's been spamming.
I don't know. Blue. All right, he's been in there a bunch. And he was the one that told you to come out of hiding.
Again?
All right. I'm going to get Hasbullah's name on my arm. How do you want me to position myself? If you're wondering why is Jeremy signing my arm for every 50, it's because Tyo Raider, today's his birthday. Jeremy met up with Tyo in Las Vegas. Jeremy signed Tyo's arm, and then he ended up getting it tattooed. Hasbullah. I'll tell you what. You can't make it up. I'm going to be walking home today. What's going to be interesting, I wore a t-shirt, and I do walk home from work. I am officially at, I think, where my t-shirt covers. You know what I mean? Everything from here on out is, I'm going to be walking home today, and people are going to be like, is that say Hasbullah? No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Noah Santana, man. I got to pour this one up for you. Oh, my goodness. Today's going to be a bumpy road, though I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, man. All right. If we don't get into these segments now, we're going to be here until tonight. And I got to make that tip-off game of the Mavs because there's a part of me that wants the Mavs to lose tonight. I'm not going to lie. There's a small-ish part of me that wants the Mavs to lose tonight. All right, Jeremy. Are you guys ready? Because if I get any more lit, these segments are going to suck. I'm going to be first team all blow if these segments don't get going here pretty soon. I also see Javier Villafan. You are in. Javier Villafan, you're in for our duck race. Again, $20 Venmo. You have a chance to win $90 here on the Raiders Report. You ready? You ready? I'm doing the video like this. If you're watching this live, you know why I'm dressed like this. If you don't, hey, maybe you're not a real one. Coming up, let's go. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report. And coming up here on today's show, I got the Raiders' perfect free agency targets post-June 1st. The Las Vegas Raiders, they're going to get $24.07 million thanks to cutting Jimmy Garoppolo post-June 1st cut designation. And, you know, Jimmy G did nothing solid for this Raiders team. And I feel like I'm doing a little bit of girl math here because the Raiders, they gave him $72 million, and he wasn't worth a freaking penny of it. And because cutting him, Now we're about to get $24.07 million. We're going to have a lot more money to be able to spend in free agency. So the reason why I wanted to do this show is because if Antonio Pierce and Tom Telesco, if they wanted to sign any name that I'm about to bring up here, realistically, if they wanted to sign any of the 2-3 names that I'm about to bring up here, they have the flexibility to do it. The Raiders, they're going to have somewhere around $41 million on June 2nd, and that is some huge salary cap news to know. If the Raiders end up signing any of the players that we talk about here, to be honest, if they end up signing anybody that's worth of note, we'll end up going live here on the show. I will mention that it's my buddy's bachelor party, June 5th to June 9th. So if any breaking news happens during that time, it's going to be a Chuggs Takeover show. And the last Chuggs Takeover show got pretty wild. I think it was for Josh Jacobs' contract brand new contract, right? That was last off season. I will do my best to be able to zoom in, but if you want to watch Chuggs do what I do up here, and you want me to zoom in and have a good time, make sure you're subscribed. I don't want you to miss it. So the way today's show is going to work, we're going to work our way from 10 all the way down to 1. And for the people that aren't watching the show live and wondering, Mitch, why are you dressed like this? You got to watch our live show on Thursday. Happy birthday to Tyo Raider. Let's go, though. We're going to work our way from 10 all the way down to 1. Coming in here at number 10, it's Yannick Ngakoue. And the reason why Ngakoue is going to be on this list is because at the end of the day, I am a believer that you can never have too many edge rushers, especially when you were in the AFC, especially when you're in the AFC West. Ngakoue was on the Raiders roster back in 2021 when this team was rolling with Gus Bradley as their defensive coordinator, but Josh McDaniels traded him away straight up for Rock Ya-Sin. And to be honest, I don't really think the trade was like all that bad. I think Rock was the right move to make. The Raiders needed a cornerback. It's just he was unable to stay healthy. He did only have 4 sacks last season in Chicago, and he's still okay being able to go out and get after the quarterback. But when I tell you he is horrific, I mean like he is horrific against the run. So, like, to me, you're only going to be able to use him on third down. You're only going to be able to use him in pass rushing situations. But before last season, every single year of his career, and he's been in the NFL since 2016, and he's not even 30 yet, but he's been in the league for that long. He has had 8 sacks at least every single season besides last year. So there's a part of me that wonders, could we get the most out of Ngakoue this upcoming season? Let's go to number 9 here. It's Zach Cunningham at linebacker, the only linebacker that is going to make this show. And the reason why he's going to be on here is because if your AP, if your Raiders linebacker coach call, if you're not 100% confident in your current linebacker regime, could you potentially bring in Cunningham, who played in 13 games last season, started in 10? He is mainly just a run stopper at this point, and he might be able to fill in here and there a little bit in coverage. But when you look at some of his PFF numbers, 69.4 overall grade, solid against the run, I'm confident in Robert Spillane for this Raiders linebacking unit. He's your captain. He's going to have the green dot. Outside of that, though, Divine Diablo has had a lot of injury concerns. I know the Raiders are confident in Eichenberg, but he's still just a rookie. Also, on top of that, you got Amari Burney. He's entering his second year. Butler's been injured, and I think Luke Masterson is not going to be a guy that makes this roster. Cunningham last season had 85 tackles in those 13 games, and I am a believer that you can't just get tied down to tackles, because I do think it can be a little bit of a misleading stat, because sometimes linebackers get tackles if they get beat in coverage. For Cunningham, though, he'd be a player that you'd be able to put right next to Robert Spillane and have some solid success with. Let's go to number 8 here on my Raiders free agent targets, post-June 1st targets, if you will. I'm going to go with Jerry Hughes at defensive end. And kind of what I mentioned about Ngakoue, I have for a long, long time on this show, and for all the OGs down there, for all the real ones, let me know if you remember me saying this, I've been looking for a Benson Mayowa replacement, where all I need is somebody that comes in 25, 30% of the snaps. On third down, you have him pin his ears back, get north and south, and get after the quarterback. And it's not going to cost a lot of money. In fact, I think all these players are probably willing to take one-year prove-it deals at this point. And despite the fact that he's going to turn 36 years old this upcoming year, he has played in all 17 games the last 3 seasons and 34 starts. I'll admit, he only had 2 starts last season, so 32 starts in the previous 2 years with that. So like he's maybe fallen down a little bit, but I also am just a believer in Until I see Father Time win this battle, I'm going to believe in Jerry Hughes as the player. He can still get after the quarterback, 70 career sacks, good rotational pass rusher. And when you look at just some of the numbers over the past few years, I mean, he had 9 sacks in 2022. Tell me why, with Christian Wilkins, Adam Butler, Tyree Wilson, Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, nobody's going to pay attention to Hughes if he lines up. He's going to get one-on-one opportunities, and if he gets those one-on-one opportunities on third down, I do think that he could have quite a bit of success here with the silver and black. Here's my question. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's show because at the end of the day, the Raiders have the money to make any move that you want free agency related. And if the Raiders could sign only one free agent after June 1st, who should it be? Let me know down below. You're about to get hit with a YouTube ad break. I want you to scroll on down and give me your answer. Hopefully you gave me your answer. My answer is going to be coming up here on the show. Whoever is number 1 probably is the name, but I'll be real with you. I'm going to give you a little bit of a spoiler alert here. The players that I would sign, number 5 and number 1, would be where I would designate my money first for the Raiders post June 1st. Let's go to number 7 on my list. I'm going to go with Calais Campbell at defensive tackle, and there's going to be another player on this show that, quite frankly, I don't know if it's that big of a need, but when you can find good football players that just make you better, why the hell aren't we doing it? Especially when you have the money to do so. He started in at least 12 games every single year. Every single year since 2009. I was a sophomore in high school the last time Calais Campbell didn't play 12 games in a season, right? Like, he is a monstrous human being. I did a video earlier this week around Campbell and why I think the Raiders could potentially use a nose tackle, because if Wilkins were to go down, if John Jenkins were to go down, then they're going to be a little bit, limited at nose tackle. In fact, if you want to check out the video that I did on Calais Campbell, you're going to be able to check it out right here. If you're watching this live, there's nothing here, but if you're watching this not live, I'm going to put a video link to be able to check it out. Campbell is a big body up the middle. He had 6.5 sacks last season. And when I look for in a defensive tackle is somebody that can eat double teams. That's why I was so excited when Telesco decided to go out and get Christian Wilkins, because I want a nose tackle. I want a big guy up the middle that does eat up double teams. I want one-on-ones for Tyree Wilson. I want one-on-ones for Max Crosby. I want one-on-ones for Malcolm Kuntz. And not every single defensive tackle that you get is going to be able to put up big numbers. Campbell, though, has done it. He's got an over 80 overall PFF grade, still playing at a high level despite the fact that he's almost 40 years old. But defensive tackle has been a position that you've been able to see success even when they get up there in age. Let's go to number 6 here on my list. It's Adoree Jackson at corner. And some of the shows that I've done in the past, I've actually had Jackson in my top 5. The reason why he's just starting to slide down the list a little bit is simply because there's a lot of other corners that are better, and there's other players that I have ranked above him that aren't as big of a need, but simply just a better player overall. Back in 2021, he did have a career year with the Raiders defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham, and he's going to be someone that he will take a one-year cheap prove-it deal, as he should, and as a lot of these players probably end up doing. Injuries have absolutely limited him, but he does still have that flexibility to play inside and outside. If you're the Raiders and you want to see what you got in DeCamerion Richardson, Jacorian Bennett, MJ Devonshire, any of these young players here, but you're like, you know what? I don't want to sign a free agent that as soon as I sign that guy, it takes away from their ability to get on the field. Adoree Jackson would be the name that I would at least throw in there to just add a little bit of extra competition. Because last season, I get it, he was bad. You look at these numbers here, they're not impressive at all. I'm not even going to try to spin them to make them look impressive. The reason why you invest in Adoree Jackson, think of him as a stock. The stock is very low, but the last time that stock was high was back in 2021 with Patrick Graham. I am a believer in Antonio Pierce. I am a believer in Patrick Graham. And with those two together, I simply believe that this organization can accomplish a lot of things, and because of that, I'm willing to bet on Adoree Jackson, a young player who gives you a little bit of that extra flexibility at corner, inside, outside. That's what this Raiders defense wants. Flexibility, versatility, and, it doesn't hurt to also know that he played really well with our defensive coordinator. Before I get into the top 5 players that I want the Raiders to target after June 1st with all the money that they're going to get, I know my dad's watching the show right now. He's like, you want to get me a Father's Day gift? put your shirt down. You look like an idiot. But you know what? Hey, it is what it is. Father's Day, though, it is right around the corner. And if you don't know what to get your dad, go to chatsports.com/RaidersDad. I'm going to say it again. Raiders Dad. And we got a lot more stuff than what you're going to see up here on screen. Basically, there are hats, T-shirts, long sleeve shirts. There are hoodies. There's like cool things that you could add to, like, if your dad has a Raiders man cave. They got a bunch of Raiders man cave stuff. They also have like a bunch of Raiders picture frames on top of that where like there's multiple ones of these. I obviously was just hanging out with my dad, so we got some pictures here. But if you got a cool picture of you and your dad at a Raiders game, get him that. Maybe you need some coffee. I mean, the amount of times my dad called up this past weekend and was like, Mitch, where's the coffee at? Sounds like he needs some. Chatsports.com/RaidersDad if you need to get your dad something special for Father's Day. Let's go to number 5 here on the list. It's Emmanuel Ogbah at defensive end, and I want the Raiders to add another DE. Like, I really, really, truly do, because outside of Kuntz, Tyree, and Max Crosby, there's not a lot to like, and that's just the cold, hard fact. But with Ogbah, he has worked with Rob Leonard, the Raiders defensive line coach, before, back in 2020 and 2021, and he had 18 sacks combined those 2 seasons. The most sacks that he's ever had combined in back-to-back years, guess what? 2021 and in 2020. You can never have too many edge rushers, and the fact that he has also relationships with Christian Wilkins, with Adam Butler, John Jenkins, I do think it would be a lot easier of a transition for him to be able to join this organization and roster because he already knows some of the coaches and he already knows some of the players on this team. He's had at least 5 sacks in 4 of the last 5 years. Ogbah can still play, and if you need to pay him $10 million, I don't think that you need to. It's a little bit rich for my blood, but again, you have the money, you have the ability to go out and do it. Let's go to number 4, and this is a guy that just continues to climb my free agent rankings list. It's Justin Simmons, and realistically, he might be the best player on this list, and that's why he's on this free agent target list. If you see somebody doing a Raiders free agent target list of at least 10 players, and they don't have Justin Simmons on that list, my only question to them would be, why don't you want to make this team better? Because I believe in Trevon Merrick. I believe in Marcus Epps. Hell, I love the depth that we have with Isaiah Polameo, with Trey Taylor, with Chris Smith. But Justin Simmons is arguably the best player available, and because of that, why would you not at least pick up the phone and say, hey, man, like, are you busy? Do you want to be a Raider? He's got 8 years of AFC West experience, which does mean a lot to Tom Telesco. And there's a part of me where some people are like, well, Mitch, where would you play him? We can figure it out because the Raiders' cornerback room right now is kind of an I don't know. And there's a part of me that wonders is, would the Raiders' defense be better with Nate Hobbs and Jack Jones as your top 2 corners, okay? And then instead of trying to find like that other defensive back that you're going to be able to put on the field, what if we went with Justin Simmons, Marcus Epps, Trevon Merrick, and then you got Jack Jones and Nate Hobbs? I am a believer that our team on defense is going to be able to do a lot of very, very special things. And Justin Simmons is a special player, and you make room, you make adjustments, you do things that maybe you don't think you were originally going to do for special players. The Raiders are a team that went 8-9. They're a team that drafted best player available. So why not take that exact same approach into free agency? Because the best player available in free agency, his name is Justin Simmons. Now, if you guys don't already know, I put out videos every single day here on the Raiders Report, and I want you to check out my video of the week. When I tell you I put out 13, 14 videos a week, it's a cold, hard fact. And if you want to check out the best video I put out this week, it's right here. There is a certain Raiders player that has been impressing at OTAs, and if you don't know who it is, I need you to check this video out right here. Because there's going to be some people that watch this show and go, all right, Mitch, this is free agent targets. It's all speculation. It is speculation. You know what? You're not wrong. This is not speculation. This is a cold, hard fact of somebody is really, really impressing at OTAs. Let's go to number 3 here on my list. It's Steven Nelson, and this is a corner who is getting up there in age again, 30, 31 years old, and he might not have the high of a ceiling as what you're going to see from these next 2 players, but I actually think that his floor might be safer because he's coming off back-to-back strong seasons with Houston. He has started at least 15 games in every season since 2018. He's also played over 1,000 snaps in 3 straight seasons, and he could play in multiple different schemes. And I know he could play in multiple different schemes because he's done it for the past, 5, 6 years. He's bounced around a few other NFL teams outside of just the Houston Texans. But last season, his coverage stats, 59.4 completion percentage against them, had 12 PBUs, 4 interceptions, had a quarterback rating of 70.6. You could put Nelson on the outside right now, and he might not be a legit cornerback one, but he's a damn good cornerback two. Like, if you're the type of Raider fan that's like, man, Mitch, you're sleeping on Jacoby Myers, he's a great wide receiver too, then you're going to love Steven Nelson, because what Jacoby Myers is to this Raiders offense at a wide receiver, where he's like, he's a good receiver, and everyone thinks that Jacoby's a good wide receiver too. He's just not a wide receiver one. That's what Steven Nelson is. He's a damn good cornerback too. He's just not a cornerback one. So before I reveal my top 2 free agent targets here for the Silver and Black, I do want to throw in some honorable mentions. Patrick Peterson, because he's got a relationship with Gerald Alexander, played a little bit of safety cornerback last season. Marcus Golden, he's got a relationship with Patrick Graham. He's somebody that I've thrown out there before. And then you're going to see some offensive linemen. I've been saying this for like the last 2 or 3 days, and my guy Sanjeet tweeted it out today, and I could not agree with him more. The coverage, the talk around what is going on with Jackson Powers-Johnson and Colton Miller, because they're not practicing right now. It's been rumored that they're both battling injuries. Well, guess what? If those injuries are legit, and if the Raiders are legitimately concerned about those injuries, David Bakhtiari's got some past playing experience with Luke Getsy, left tackle. Charles Leno Jr., best left tackle available on the market. Connor Williams can play guard, and he can play center. I actually think he's better at guard. My only point is, if you're legitimately scared about those 2 players' injuries, these 3 guys got to start being on your list. Let's go to number 2 here for our Raiders free agent targets after June 1st, Stephon Gilmore. Gilmore might be the best corner that you see on this list. I'm not going to play around. He had a hell of a year last season. He continues to be a solid player in the NFL, and he still just thrives in single coverage. And the fact that you're going to be able to put him on an island and let your other 4 DBs kind of do their thing, I do think that's kind of what the Raiders are looking for with Patrick Graham. He's played over 1,000 snaps in back-to-back seasons. He is 33 years old. I want to say his 34th birthday is September 19th, so like he's going to be turning 34 at the very, very beginning of the season. But the fact that he still is able to play at a high level, and the fact that he played at a high level with the Dallas Cowboys does mean a lot to me, because whether you like the Cowboys or not, there's always that thing in the back of my mind that I wonder, can a player handle Raider Nation? I'm a passionate fan. Y'all are passionate fans for watching this video in May, and playing for the Nation is not built for everybody. That's just a fact. But the fact that Gilmore was able to play at a high level with the Cowboys, another team that there's a lot of added pressure just because you're a Dallas Cowboy, and he did it at a high level. That does make me a little bit easier not being afraid to throw Gilmore a small bag and say, you know what? You stayed healthy. You're up there in age, but I know for a fact you'd be the best corner on our team. Well, let's go to number 1 here, and I'm betting on upside. One of the reasons why I'm betting on upside here is with Xavier Howard is because I do think that Camryn Richardson's going to be a good player. I do have some confidence in Ja'Cory and Bennett. I have confidence in Antonio Pierce and Patrick Graham. I've said it probably 10 times on this show already. And I'm going to bet on the upside. I'm going to bet on the fact that Howard's going to be able to stay healthy because he's worked with Patrick Graham, Rob Leonard, and Gerald Alexander. He had 15 interceptions in the 2 years when Alexander was the Miami Dolphins DB coach not too far ago. I also got to give Howard and his agent a little bit of credit that they put out a report right before the NFL draft that said he is 100% medically cleared and that he is ready to go right now. He's also started in 13 games the past 4 years, which I feel like when I bring up Xavier Howard a lot on the show, people always hit me with, he's injury prone. He's not going to be able to stay healthy. I'll also say that usually players that sign at this time of the year, their contracts are a little bit more heavy incentive based. If you told me right now we get Xavier Howard on, like, let's say a 1-year prove-it deal, somewhere where you're sitting around $6 million and he has the opportunity to make over 10 if he can stay healthy, that's a good deal. Why? Because if Howard's on the field, he could still be a hell of a football player. When you can see those coverage stats up on screen, and then when you look at his numbers from 2021 and 2020, that's when he had Gerald Alexander, the Raiders' current safety coach. I get it, safety coach, Howard's a cornerback coach, but I think it just speaks volumes of how talented our coaching staff is from top to bottom, and Xavier Howard would be a phenomenal fit with this defense. So if you want to take a screenshot of my top 10 Raiders free agent targets after June 1st. The reason why I wanted to make this updated video is because the Raiders are going to have a lot more money. Hell, the Raiders are about to have $41 million in salary cap space, which is probably about half the amount of money that would probably put them around like 13 or 14 going into like regular free agency. If you're a top NFL free agent, you're going to be looking at a team like the Raiders, a team that you're like, well, there's no taxes. So if I take a one-year prove deal, it doesn't hurt me as much. And then on top of that, they have money to spend. You're looking for a bag. You're looking for an opportunity to make some money. And I think the Raiders are a great opportunity for that. So who did I leave off my list? There's going to be a name. Going to be 2 names, maybe 3 names of somebody out there that's watching the show right now, and they're like, Mitch, I can't believe you did not feature that guy on your free agent list. I'm going to be making a lot of free agency videos this entire offseason, and I really, really hope that AP and Telesco, they're able to sign 1, maybe 2. If it was up to me, I'm signing Xavier Howard, I'm signing Emmanuel Ogbah. And if the Raiders do those, put your drinking pants on. It's going to be wild. Subscribe so you don't miss it. If the Raiders can sign only 1 free agent, who do you want it to be, Chuggs? Who do you guys want it to be?
Based off of need, I would say probably Xavier Howard.
Howard? I know you like Nelson. You covered the Texans here at Chat Sports, so, like, Nelson's a good player.
Nelson's a guy who you sign if you believe Jack Jones is going to be a lockdown corner.
I like that answer.
If you have really a lot of confidence in Jack Jones, you go cheaper and you get Steven Nelson, and then you splurge on a guy like a Justin Simmons or Calais Campbell.
I mean, I'll tell you this. I am a big fan of a good splurge.
Love the splurge.
I mean, so once in a while, it's actually needed and healthy for you for a good splurge. So, Telesco, AP, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. Also, some random NFL news that happened while we were making that video.
I was just about to say. First time ever, a number 1 pick is going to be on Hard Knocks as the Chicago Bears, are going to be the Hard Knocks team of the offseason.
Graded A, B, C, D, or F, the Bears being chosen to go be the Hard Knocks team.
I just hope it opens up, panning over the field, panning over everything, and then it's just Caleb Williams, and he's just like, shit was crazy, bro. Like, they drafted me, and I was like, are you serious? The Chicago Bears?
I just want it to be a little bit of like a Manny Petty sesh with Caleb Williams. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think it's an A.
Bears are some of the fiercest animals out there, Mitch. I bet you didn't know that.
Oh, man. I think it's an A. He's the first overall pick. They also got Roma Dunze. They traded for Keenan Allen. There's a lot of excitement around Chicago. It's a good fan base. I think it's a good team that they picked. I really, really do. Chicago's a good destination. Anthony Green, you, sir, are in for our duck race, which right now, $20 Venmo, you'd win $100. We're going to do that at halftime of today's Madden Sim. Jeremy, we did just hit 200 likes, so if you could, I need you to spin that wheel for me. Whew. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Lord. I saw Mitch Tequila, and I got nervous.
So it's tequila clock, so basically what's going to happen...
Oh, you have some.
Oh, yeah. Right, for the next minute, a 50 not only gets you a tattoo, it also gives a tequila shot for me.
All right, so you're saying next 60 seconds, every 50, tequila shot for you and a tat on the arm.
And a tattoo. And you know what?
Yikes.
I'll double it up. I'll do 2 tequila shots per 50.
That's insane, dude. Bro, you got to produce. I'm cooked already. I'm telling you right now, I'm cooked.
For the next minute, 2 tequila shots and a tattoo.
Cooked. Jacob Serb, cheers to you as well.
Mr. Crash Dog.
What are you guys sipping on right now? What up, Crash? What's up, fam? I know I missed something. What's that sleeve? Something on your arm. So essentially, Gunny, what we're doing here is yesterday was Tyo Raider's birthday. Tyo sent us this, Crash Dog, which I can't even believe. It is a WWE Raiders belt, which this thing's heavy. This is like 15 pounds probably. It's a legit WWE Raiders belt. Like, can you guys hear how that's metal? Like, it. I don't want to take away from anything that anybody's ever sent me, but I'll tell you right now, I think it's the coolest thing that we've ever gotten here on the Raiders Report personally. So shout out to Taino. And I said that I would sign, or Jeremy's going to sign my arm with everybody that sends in a 50. So Noah Santana, you're going on here. The reason why we're doing that is because Jeremy met up with Taino in Vegas. What was that, last year? Would have been last year. Last offseason, Jeremy signed Taino's arm, and then Taino got Jeremy's signature tattooed on his arm.
Will you pass me the shot glass over there?
Oh, yeah. I'll give you both.
Noah Santana. I'll go put your name on his arm in just a second.
Let's get Chuggs a little lit. No, I couldn't agree with you more. I couldn't agree with you more, man. Oh, boy. Happy birthday to Taino. I said today's show is going to get a little bit wild.
That's one.
And I don't know if you guys see the question down below. I always ask y'all, how old am I? How old is Jeremy? Based on this picture right here, how old is Taino? Do you know his age?
I actually do not. My guess would be 39.
Okay. I was going to say 42. That was going to be my guess. Though, I also looked up what Taino means. And Taino is, it's like Caribbean. It has something to do with like Caribbean.
I know.
Well,
I know I think he's Native American.
Yeah, I think it's that type of is it that type of person? Is that the right way to say it? Taino, if you're here still, he's going to go with 45. Oh, man.
A lot of people saying 45.
I wonder if Taino said he's 45. Because to get Ed, see, here's the thing. For Juan and Ed, two people that watch this show all the time, see, Taino is here. I'll tell you this, he's not 16. I know that. I know he's not 16.
Taino, I think I do have a video, but it's not on my phone. It's on my wife's phone.
Your wife.
It's on the phone of my wife.
All right, I have Taino's age.
Was I close?
You're closer than me.
40.
Nope.
38. 37. 36.
Here, you know what though, Taino? Here's the problem with what you just said. He said that I'm 500. All right, I did the wrong math. I'm closer. He said that he's 540 months old.
All right.
Yep. 540 divided by 12. So
that would be 47?
45.
45.
45 years old. Robert Jansen. I don't know how I got 37 and a half the first time, but
Kent.
Something.
Hypothetically, if Kirk Cousins was still a free agent and the Raiders had their current QB room, would you be for or against the Raiders giving him his current contract?
It's a great question. I think I would say this. If the Raiders gave him his current contract, okay, I would want to see. Here's how I'm going to answer this question. I got to see exactly how much money he makes right now this season. All right, so his cap number is $25 million. Where Gardner Minshew's cap hit this season is $7 million. The Raiders are about to get $41 million, which means 18 minus 41. Whatever that math is. 23, which means the Raiders would have $23 million. So you could have Kirk Cousins, Xavier Howard, and on top of that, probably Emmanuel Ogbah. I'd probably still do that contract, which, again, I don't love Kirk Cousins as a QB, but I do think that the Achilles heel, no pun intended here, for the Raiders is going to be that quarterback room. And, you know, again, so disrespect to Aiden O'Connell, so disrespect to Gardner Minshew, but if Kirk Cousins was the Raiders quarterback, I think a lot more people would take them serious as a playoff contender. Who are you writing? Noah Santana. Get him on there. Get him on there. Mr. Noah. Reggie said, no way. It's too much. I mean, it is a lot of money. Like, I'm not trying to tell you that it's not a lot of money. Because then the only reason why I would also be kind of interested in that is you can get out of Kirk Cousins' deal his final 2 years of his contract. So it would technically, the way I look at it is Kirk Cousins is $25 million this season, and then he would be $40 million next season. You know, $65 million over 2 seasons for Kirk Cousins. I actually don't think it's that bad. Now, his cap hits are really, really big in 2026 and 2027, but with the $0 million guaranteed on that, he's probably not going to be a member of your team anyway. So it's like a 2-year rental. So it's like 2 years 25 for Gardner Minshew or 2 years 65 for Kirk Cousins. That's at least something to think about. All right, we got one more segment coming up here on the show, and then we got a Madden Sim. Soon as this next segment's over, it's going to get litty here. I can already tell you right now, it's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be an interesting day. Taino said the warranty paperwork should be in the box. Gotcha. I still have the box over here, so we're going to do our best to hang on to that. Final reminder to get in for our duck race, which is a $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. We're going to do this at halftime of our Madden Simulation, which the last person to get in was LA Crash Dog, which right now means $20 Venmo to win, $110 here on the Raiders Report. Show the chat them guns, Mitch.
Flex.
There you go.
That was like a Bob the Builder flex.
Bob the Builder flex. I'll tell you what, though, I can't fix it. If you hire me as your task rabbit, that's a bad task rabbit. Also, you never said what to flex. Further clarify. All right, El Loco, Jacob Serb, Nicholas, Jason Gutierrez. We got one more segment, and then it's Madden time, which I told Jeremy I wanted to do this Madden segment today, somewhere around 4. Going to be a little late. You ready? Coming up, let's get into this surprise cut candidate video right now. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report, and coming up here on today's show, we're going to be looking at some surprise cut candidates. Keyword there, surprise. If any 5 of these Raiders players get cut in the next few days, it would be a shocking, major developing surprise. The Raiders, they're going to get $24.07 million thanks to designated Jimmy G as that post-June 1st cut candidate, which means if the Raiders want to sign any players, because they got 91 guys on the roster right now, if the Silver and Black want to sign any player, they have to cut at least one. They're allowed to have 91 because of the International Pathway Program player, David Agoa. Now, I will admit, I have made shows around this before, and I am a believer if the Raiders decide to cut any players, it's one of the 6 names that you see up here. Bachman, Tyreek McAllister, Jalen McKenzie, John Samuel Schnenker, Jaden Grant, and then Charles Snowden. But here's the thing. That's not a surprise to anybody. So sometimes NFL teams, when they decide to cut somebody, that's a little bit of a surprise just for multiple reasons. Maybe one reason is, you know, they're good friends with the player, and they know if they cut him now that he's going to have a better opportunity to make another roster. That's another reason. Maybe he's just already a bad fit. There's some injuries. They want to get some other players some extra time working in. All of those reasons are why players who you don't expect to get cut but could get cut post-June 1st. So coming up here, I got these Raiders surprise cut candidates, and I got them ranked from 5 all the way down to 1. 5, least surprising. 1, the most surprising. If the Raiders do end up signing a player, remember, we're going to go live. So if the Raiders sign anybody, and I mean anybody, hell, if they end up cutting a player, we're going to go live on top of that because for the Silver and Black, you can't have one without the other. If they sign a guy, you got to cut a guy. If they cut a player and they're at 90 guys on that roster, the light bulb, the siren should be going off being like, I think the Raiders are about to make a move. If they do end up making a move and it happens between June 5th or June 9th, it's going to be a Jeremy Chuggs takeover show, which means Chuggs is going to be the host. We'll have another producer. Maybe it's Seeps. Maybe it's Trace. Who knows? But I want you guys to show Jeremy some love because he does a lot of stuff here, and I will do my best to be able to zoom in. I got a buddy's bachelor party, so if anything happens those days, we'll do our best here to make it happen. Chuggs, though, will make it happen. Here we go, Raiders surprise cut candidates. Let's go to number 5 here on the list. I'm going to go with Nesta Jade Silvera, and the reason why I'm going to go with Nesta Jade is not because I'm not rooting for him. Hell, probably out of all these guys that I'm going to bring up here on the show, he might be the number one player that I'm pulling for, that I'm hoping for, because I do think that the Raiders need some of that extra tackle, like DT, nose tackle, big bodiness on this roster, especially from a depth standpoint. But if the Silver and Black decide to cut him, you do save $915K. You're going to eat literally nothing. He hasn't been participating during Raiders OTAs, which, again, for roster bubble candidates, I do think it's important. He's got to be battling some sort of an injury. There's got to be something going on that's limiting him. But because of that, that gives other players other opportunities to get on the field and impress that coaching staff. The reason why I put Nesta Jade on this show is literally because his relationship with Antonio Pierce, with this coaching staff, is phenomenal. And I'm going to throw out another name because it happened last season when the Raiders signed O.J. Howard, and everyone was like, oh, man, O.J. Howard, I can't believe that he ended up getting cut. Howard asked to be cut because he knew he was going to be a big part of this team, and sometimes when you have that good of a relationship with your coaching staff, you could have a guy like Nesta Jade go, hey, man, I'd actually like to be cut, or I think I have a better opportunity elsewhere, or if the Raiders just look at this defensive tackle room, and it's a deep DT room, and if AP has that honest conversation with them going like, hey, brother, like, I don't think you're going to make this team. I don't see how you're going to be able to carve out a role for us in this 53-man roster. That might be for Nesta Jade and his agent enough to say, okay, I respect it. I understand it. Can you let me go now? That way I can try to find an NFL team, a roster, to be able to go through minicamp, training camp, the entire offseason program, and make his way with another football team. That's why Nesta Jade comes in here at number 5. Let's go to number 4 here on my Raiders surprise cut candidates list. It is Amir Abdullah at running back. And when the Raiders signed Abdullah, I said on the show that I think it has a lot more to do with his special teams ability, being a kick returner, and just helping you out in that regard, especially with these new kick return rules. If the Raiders decided to move on from number 8, if you don't know, he is number 8 now, it's going to save them $1 million, and they're going to eat $800,000. The reason why he's on this list, and I'm just going to tell you that straight up, the only reason why he's on this list is not because of anything Amir has done. Amir, from what I actually understand, has looked pretty good at OTAs, but it's because the Raiders drafted Dylan Laube in the 6th round of this past year's draft, and he's looked really good. So if you're the Raiders and you go, well, we could potentially have our 3rd down back in Laube. On top of that, Alexander Madison is a great pass-blocking running back. To me, if you're only keeping Abdullah to be a special teams guy, maybe I'm really underestimating these new kick return rules a little bit. But there is that part of me that goes, well, 3rd down could be Madison and Laube because of Madison's ability to pass block, Laube's ability to just be a good runner between the tackles and catch the football. And then if you are confident in Trey Tucker and you are confident in Laube's ability to also be a special teams player, you know, what role exactly does Amir Abdullah have? Because, you know, Amir Abdullah, to me, the 2 best memories I have of Abdullah are anytime it's 3rd down, it's 3rd and Abdullah. And then the other memory I have is when the Raiders signed Abdullah, I went live here on the Raiders Report, and a few minutes later, they ended up trading for Devontae Adams. I like Amir. He's a good player, but I could see them deciding to move on from him and saving a little bit of money. How about this, though? Because this is what this show is all about, surprise cuts. Who would be the bigger surprise to you? Amir Abdullah, type AA. And if you're like, Mitch, you should go to one of those meetings. I hear you. I just don't have the time. Nesta Jade, type NS. My answer is very obvious from this video, but I'll let you know again after this YouTube ad break. The bigger surprise to me would be Amir Abdullah simply just because of the depth. And because of the depth at defensive tackle compared to the depth at running back, I think DT is one of our strongest positions. I think running back is one of our weakest positions. On top of that, I always say for those bottom roster guys, you have to find versatility. Amir does have that versatility. That's why I think it would be a bigger surprise if they moved on from him. Let's go to number 3 here on my Raiders surprise cut candidates list after June 1st. I'm going to go with linebacker Luke Masterson. And Masterson has been a player that a lot of people like and been a player that, you know, has kind of earned a spot for him on this team, being a UDFA out of Wake Forest. But But I'm going to tell you why he is a surprise cut candidate, and I think after you hear my reasoning behind it, you're going to go, you know what, Mitch? I think you're right on this one. He's probably going to be a surprise cut candidate. Before I tell you all that, though, shout out to our sponsor, Prize Picks. And I love Prize Picks. Jeremy loves Prize Picks. And if you care what Jeremy and I say, then hey, go get started with our sponsor here. Because today's show is made possible by Prize Picks. And they've got specials for new and returning users alike. Just go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Download the app today. Use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. PrizePicks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the PrizePicks community today. The finals mean more on PrizePicks, and so do the star players. You get boosted payouts on select basketball stars that you won't find anywhere else. There is always action on PrizePicks, and there is a new perfect time to try something new as basketball is winding down. Make sure to try out esports this month because for every Wednesday and Saturday in June, if your lineup doesn't win, you'll get your entry fee back. Choose from Counter-Strike 2, Call of Duty, League of Legends, and a whole lot more. If you want to see what Chuggs had put together for this upcoming season on PrizePicks, because, don't get me wrong, I know some people out there that are like me where there's sometimes I'll put some money down on an NBA game, or sometimes where I'll put some money down on an NHL game just because I want to watch it. But at the end of the day, you want to actually make some money. And I just have a lot more confidence in my ability to pick more or less in the NFL. It's my specialty. And if you want to roll with Jeremy's season-long picks, you can see them right here. All you got to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. So one more time, PrizePicks is simple. If my dad can do it, you can do it. You pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 players, stat projections, and watch the winnings roll in. Get started now if you haven't already at prizepicks.com/CLNS. And get a first-time deposit match of $100. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Pick more, pick less. It's really that simple. Here we go. Luke Masterson. Why is he a member of our Raiders surprise cut candidates list? If the Raiders decide to cut him, you're going to save $985,000 and $3,000 for an NFL team is me being like, hey, Jeremy, are you going to finish that last fry on your plate? And Jeremy's going to be like, no. And then they're just going to throw it away. It's not that big of a deal. He played in only 24 defensive snaps the final 5 games of last season. Anytime I see a player like Masterson, who I think has actually done an okay job when he was on the field, but you got a brand new regime, okay? Brand new regime and a player that's easy to move on from. I look at snap counts. When Antonio Pierce took over, the Luke Masterson snap counts, they went down. And I know that they want to see what they got in Divine Diablo. I know they love Robert Spillane. They've hyped up Tommy Eichenberg enough where they said he might even have a green dot at some point. And for this organization, I would imagine they're going to keep Amari Burney based on what Tom McMahon had to say, Raiders special teams coach. I do think that Burney's going to have more of an impact on special teams than a guy like Masterson. So to me, Divine Diablo, Robert Spillane, Amari Burney, Tommy Eichenberg, those are your 4 linebackers. I get the fact that some people might want to keep a 5th, but just based on the way that Patrick Graham runs his defense, linebacker is really not that important. I like Masterson. I wish him the best of luck, but I don't see him making this team. / he could be a surprise cut candidate because they do like him a lot, and maybe he can find his footing with some other football team. Let's go to number 2 here. It's Chris Smith II, better known as also Christopher Smith, depending where you look for him. Second-year safety coming out of Georgia, was drafted in the 5th round of the Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler regime. And you're going to see this common. New regime means anything's possible. This current regime doesn't know anything to Chris Smith. And if anything, I said that the Raiders drafted Trey Taylor in the 7th round, and some people might be going, well, Mitch, the Raiders drafted Taylor in the 7th, but Smith was drafted in the 5th. Don't matter, because this organization is tied to Trey Taylor, and Taylor's been looking really, really good at OTAs. So if I'm sitting up here going, Taylor gets that boost, the Raiders can cut him. You're going to save $915,000. And all 22 defensive snaps came in the Chargers' blowout win last season for the Raiders. So he played 22 defensive snaps last season. All of them came in a 63-21 blowout. That's concerning to me. On top of that, though, his special teams usage decreased in snaps. The Raiders gave him an opportunity to get some more work when AP got hired, and then the numbers went up, and then over the final 5 games, they went down. That's a key to me to say, okay, they saw what they saw, they understand what they got, and they're going to move on. They re-signed Isaiah Paulomeo. They made an effort to go out and get Trey Taylor, who won the Defensive Back of the Year award in college football last season. They love Marcus Epps. They love Trevon Merrick. I do see the Raiders keeping Smith if he wants to, stay a part of this team and to be a part of the 53-man roster. But I can also understand because Smith is a very beloved player in general. He's a super nice guy that could you see Antonio Pierce going, you know what, man, you're going to be a practice squad guy. Could you find a roster spot on another team? I will say there is one other NFL team, I'm not allowed to reveal who it is, that has been calling and asking about Chris Smith. So before we get in to the number one player, and I mean the number one player that I think would be the biggest surprise cut candidate, I want you to check out who I want the Raiders to sign. If you're watching this video live, there's not going to be anything right here. If you're not watching this live, there's going to be a link to 10 players that I want the Raiders to sign, because if you sign one of these guys, you're going to have to end up cutting somebody. Let's go to number one here, and I think this is going to be a little bit of an eye popper, but hey, F it, let's do it. Michael Gallup, wide receiver, comes in here. I think it would be the most surprising cut candidate for the Silver and Black. The Raiders gave him a contract this offseason, 1 year worth up to $3 million. The fact that a guy like Gallup with his name value coming from the Dallas Cowboys getting a 1 year deal worth up to $3 million tells me not a lot of people were interested. If the Raiders cut him, you save $922, you eat $827, is what it is. And Gallup is yet to practice at Raiders OTAs. And one of the things that Chuggs and I were talking about when the Raiders signed the former Cowboys receiver was we have a really good Cowboys source here at Chat Sports, and he said that he's playing on one leg. What happens if the Raiders sign Gallup, they see him, and they're like, this guy's not healthy. This is not what we originally thought was going to happen, because the Raiders go out, you sign Gallup, a few days later you go out and sign Jalen Guyton, who also is not practicing. So if I'm the Raiders, I look at Gallup and I go, offers me nothing on special teams, and he can't stay healthy. If your medical staff is already being like, hey, man, this guy is not where we thought he was, that's where you could potentially see a player get cut. Maybe he finds himself another roster spot, but you're already hearing Tom McMahon, the Raiders special teams coach, saying, like, we need extra special teams guys. And right now for the Raiders, they've had multiple wide receivers missing some time. And if I'm Aiden O'Connell, if I'm Gardner Minshew, if I'm this new Raiders offense, I got to be able to figure out what I got in some of these guys. And if you don't know when Gallup's going to be able to get on the field, that could be an opportunity to say, you know what? We kind of regret the fact that we did this. Thanks, but no thanks. We're going to move on and just kind of wipe your hands. You're going to eat the dead money. Because if Gallup can stay healthy, he can be a good wide receiver 3 behind Jacoby, behind Devontae. Can be a good 4th target behind Brock Bowers. Can be a good 5th target behind Michael Mayer. If you don't know what you got, though, because you don't ever know when you're going to see it, that's the reason why you move on for a player, especially with a team that's got a brand new head coach, a first-year GM with this new team. A lot of different mixing parts. That's why I have Michael Gallup as a surprise cut candidate. So one more time here, if you want, take a screenshot of this, post it on Instagram, post it on Twitter. Make sure you tag Jeremy Chuggs and I. I'm at Mitchell Renz 365. Jeremy's at Jeremy Chuggs. Let me know where you agree, where you disagree. Again, it's surprise cut candidates where if the Raiders say, hey, we want to go out and sign Xavier Howard, Stephon Gilmore, whoever the hell it is, you have to move on from somebody. If the Raiders cut any of those 5 players, there'd be a lot of Raider fans be like, holy shit, I can't believe that happened. That's the point of surprise cut candidates. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you're not watching this live, remember, and we go live every single Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. If you're watching this live, it's about to get wild. All right, Jeremy, I got a challenge for you. Every 100 comments in the next 60 seconds is going to be a shot. Shot a fireball.
Shot.
Today is Tyo Raider's birthday. Tyo hooked us up with this amazing Raiders belt. I mean, this thing is unbelievable. So every 100 comments, and I need y'all to spam Taino, Taino, copy, paste it, and put it down in the comments. Every 100 comments we get, I'm doing a shot. And then after those shots, Madden time. And in between that time, I got to take a pee. It's brutal right now.
All right. Until you get back. I know it says 60 seconds, but...
Until I get back?
Until you get back.
All right. Our rules?
It's up to you.
All right. Rules are rules. I'm out.
Here we go. Oh, they're rolling in. You might want to pedal, metal together. I see El Loco Uno, Jake Sir, Vinthrak, Chad, all in the chat. Also, reminder, well, one, rules are rules. But two, if you want to get a little crazy on today's show, every $10, you're getting on the Boot Hall of Fame. 50 were a shot and a tattoo on Mitch's arm. Every 100 is a beer bong bang. We're 300 away from a boot. So technically, I'm just saying this. I'm just putting it out there. If we get 300, it's 3 beers, which would be a boot for Mitch. And it'd be, we get to 1,000, which is a boot for me. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. 300 would be a boot race. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Marsh. Not saying anything else. That's it. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing. Super chat coming in from Lord Cameron Abbott. He said, Taino, where did you get that belt? I want one. Real one for life. I had already looked it up, maybe 5-6 months ago. I was telling Mitch about these belts. I know they sell them on the WWE website. Maybe on Fanatics as well. Oh, Mitch is at 2 shots already with the comments. Bobby Hernandez says, Chuggs, can I get a Hoya? Hoya. Jack just made very intense eye contact with me as soon as I said that. And if you're wondering, why is everybody spamming Taino? Well, Taino, it's his birthday. And he got us this sick, well, it's over there. Mitch will show it to you in a second. This sick WWE belt. Raiders WWE belt. Absolute insanity. So we got to show some love to a real one in the chat, Mr. Taino. I didn't sing it earlier, so I'll go ahead and do my part for Taino. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Taino. Happy birthday to you.
I think low key, one of my favorite parts of doing this show, running the YouTube show.
You do owe 3 shots for
3
the
shots.
comments.
All right, fair enough. I think one of my favorite parts of running a YouTube show like we do is when you do finally get that moment to meet somebody in person. And I've actually really enjoyed the Zoom calls that we've been doing. We've been doing Zoom calls here on the Raiders Report, and just being able to sit down, get to know Rob, his family. Rob was like, dude, my daughter, she's a Raiderette. She's going to be 3 years old. They just started this young Raiderette thing. Being able to talk to Nico Laz, Zon, all these people. I think when you finally get that moment where you realize oh shit, Taino Raider 16's not just a samurai warrior. You're like, oh, he's a real person. It's a cool thing. Being able to see Nabman, FaceTime, all that kind of stuff. But actually shake somebody's hand. Because think about how much time we spend together.
Patrick B's not 2 dogs. Which would be cool. Could you imagine 2 dogs? They just run a YouTube account.
Unfortunately, though, aggressive master raider is an aggressive master raider.
Yeah, that's one of those where you can judge the book by the cover.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to name yourself aggressive master raider, you know.
We saw Zalesbo at the wing eating contest.
Yeah. Though, kind of matches.
Oh, yeah. Her profile pic is her.
Oh, that's what I mean. I mean, I literally think it's her. Did not have sunglasses on, though. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch, though. It's really, really cool when you finally have that opportunity to sit down.
Yoda said, I really am a yellow glazed donut.
It's a donut? I thought it was a smiley, Walmart sticker.
No, it's a yellow donut with a smiley face on it.
Oh, really? I think Aggressive Master Raider commented for the first time. He was busy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's...
Uh-huh.
All I know is Aggressive could not live in Texas.
No.
With
that band going on
with
right
the
now.
band?
I think it's actually why Colin got so upset today. He's like he's got all that.
pent-up moose.
It's got to go somewhere. It's got to go somewhere.
A moose has got a moose.
Dude, I mean, a moose has got a knuckle. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's got to happen. All right, y'all. We got a Madden Sim coming up here on today's show. The reason why I just randomly went on with all that stuff, because Alex the other day was like, do you ever realize how much time you spend with people like that you've never met? And when you finally get to meet them, it's like, holy shit, that's freaking awesome. So, all right, coming up, we got a Madden Sim, week 4.
Wicked smart.
Against the Browns. This is going to be a big game. Big game. You know what? I got a tailgate deal. We usually tailgate during the Raiders' regular season. My tailgate deal is this: until somebody calls hike. Until somebody calls hike. I know. Interesting deal. Tequila shot and a right on my arm. Tattoo on my arm. Until somebody calls hike. You ready? Let's do it. Raider Nation, what's going on? It's Mitchell Renz here, host of the Raiders Report. And coming up here on today's show, we got a week 4 Madden Sim. Cleveland Browns up against the Las Vegas Raiders. As you can see, the Brownies here, they're undefeated 3-0 with Deshaun Watson. The Raiders coming off a monumental last-minute win over the Carolina Panthers 2-1. This game's in Allegiant Stadium. It's a hell of a football game. We're going to get Browns fans. We're going to get Raiders fans, just like you would at an actual Raiders football game. Let me know down below who you got. If you're going to roll with the Browns, type CLE. If you're going to go with the Las Vegas Raiders, I need some LVs down below. And you know what? Be an overachiever. Let me know what that score prediction is, because this is going to be a hell of a football game. You're going to get to see 2 of the best defensive players in the NFL, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. If you enjoyed today's show, we actually do these live all the time here on our Raiders Report YouTube channel. So make sure that you're tuning in. If you need to be able to put a little calendar, post-it note, if you will, you can see when we go live for every single Raiders game. And here's the fun part. If they end up making the playoffs, we will do a playoff picture. We're going to do a playoff game as well. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you got those notifications turned on, because we go do these things live is when the date that you see it. If you watch this 2 months from now and you go, hey, I'm not watching this live, you missed your opportunity. It's okay. It's maybe because you weren't subscribed. Here we go. Week 4. Deshaun Watson. Nick Chubb. You think Nick Chubb's going to be healthy enough to play in this game? He's got that wicked knee injury. Yeah, I know. You know what, though? Let's roll. Because if I'm an NFL team, I want to go up against your best. Like, I don't want to go up against the Cleveland Browns without Nick Chubb. It's like going up against the Cleveland Browns without Myles Garrett. Some of you are wondering, Mitch, where's the sleeve? I got the sleeve.
Gardner.
I got the sleeve.
Gardner, who's been on a short leash. They've just been winning since the first game.
He was horrific game 1. He was, I want to say, like 171 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. One of those picks was a pick 6. Bounce back game week 2, bounce back game week 3. Got 2 big wins. Dylan Laube, the rookie, getting ready to return this one. Dude, I'm gonna get out scot-free.
I think the Raiders
phenomenal.
I think the Raiders have returned at the start of every single game this year.
Yes. Stanley Holmes, you are in for our duck race. $20 Venmo, Mitchell Renz 365 for a chance to win it's actually a lot more than that. It's $120 here on the Raiders Report. All right, 8-minute quarters. All teams have 3 timeouts. You will see some penalties from time to time. I don't know if injuries are on and off. Some games we do them with them on. Some games we do them with them off. Just keep that in mind. Raiders going to get the ball first here. I haven't talked to anyone yet. Kick is away. And it's going to be taken back here at the 1-yard line. Dylan Laube out to the 20, out to the 25. It's taken down at the 29. I mean, I did Madden Sims last season for every single game. Never saw a special teams touchdown. Last week against Carolina, not 1, but 2. 2 special teams touchdowns. It was electric, dude. Freaking electric. Good vibes only from Reggie. That's right. All right, here we go. First down at 10. 7 minutes, 56 seconds to go. Gardner Minshew here is going to be under center. Devontae Adams on the left. He's right next to Brock Bowers. Handoff left side. Zamir White. White gets taken down. I want to say it's by Joseph. Grant Delpit. Yep. Ball at the 36 here. 2nd down and 3. Really good run play. I think it's the first time this season that the Raiders have opened up the game with a run play. A lot of pass early on. You got one on the right, one on the left. Devontae's got one-on-one. Very, very soft coverage down there. Gardner looks, throws, middle of the field. And it was caught by Brock Bowers. I actually thought that he dropped it for a second. I mean, this is just simply a little drag route under the middle of the field. You got to get to the first down marker. He hits him with a freaking rope, but then Bowers took a shot. I mean, he probably used to taking those hits being from the SEC. But man, oh man, big clutch catch there. Type those ones down below. Minshew, shotgun, White on his right hip. Minshew throws, middle of the field, caught again. And it's Brock Bowers. I mean, you're seeing early on in this season, Bowers being one of the weapons that he is, wide receiver, you can line him up all over the football field. That's the early safety blanket here for Gardner Minshew. Ball to 49, David Njoku. Not a happy camper. I don't blame him. And here we go. Ball to 49. What's up? Raider Muerte sending in the good vibes. Minshew, fake handoff, quick throw left side to Devontae. He's got to get north and south a little bit more. Earlier, if you remember 2 plays ago, I said they're playing really soft on Devontae. This was a fake handoff to the right side. Minshew spins around, throws a laser. And it's 3rd down and 2. Let me know down below, do you run or do you pass here on this play? Jacoby by himself on the right side. Minshew's got 2 players back there. One of them, oh, Minshew, quarterback keeper. He got it. They went shotgun, 2 running backs on both of his hips. I thought he was going to hand it off to Alexander Madison. Decides to keep it, and he's tough enough to get the first down. If I'm Antonio Pierce, you got to hurry up here. You got to get to the line of scrimmage. You don't know if that was way too close. Got to hurry up. Call hike. Call hike. Got to call hike. Minshew gets it off. Handoff. Zamir. And he's going to get about 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. They needed to get to the line quicker there. That's a big opportunity because if you don't get that first down, 4th and inches, you probably punt. That's a drive killer. You got to put some points up here. Ball to 43. They got 3 to the right. It looks like Michael Mayer is actually standing up by himself to the left. Devontae into the slot. Then it's Brock Bowers. Then it's Jacoby. Minshew drops back, scrambling. Oh, boy, he's throwing to the left side. He's got to get rid of it. Just some pressure there from Myles Garrett. I don't think that somebody had to run the wrong play because Minshew panicked right from the jump, and he scrambled. He just not what you're looking for. Now it's 3rd down and 7. Ball to 43. You got a lot of confidence in your kicker, Daniel Carlson. Do you decide to run it here? Laube in the game. Nobody's on Michael Mayer. Nobody's on Mayer. Nobody. Minshew, throw the football. And he's got to throw it away. Oh, my God. You probably have to punt it here. I mean, you had nobody's on Mayer. Nobody was on Mayer. He was lined up in the slot, standing up. They had a defensive end on him. The defensive end tried to, hip check him a little bit, and now they're going to bring out the punting unit. I mean, you wasted a perfectly good opportunity to put some points on the board. Punts away, and it's a hell of a punt here by A.J. Cole. It's got to be down at the 6. He's an all-blower. First team all-blower. If you were around for that joke, type below down below. Let me see where you're at. Because there's only going to be some people that get that joke. That's okay. And that's okay. Yep, nope. Nope. I got Ed Robbins, Jacob Surd, Ron Raspberry, Juan Hernandez, Free Fly. What's up, my brother? Deshaun Watson, shotgun, handoff, Nick Chubb. I'll tell you what, he looks pretty good. Coming off that knee injury. He just put Marcus Epps' dick in the dirt. I mean, that's a hell of a stiff arm there by Chubb. 2nd down and 3 coming up. I need some D's in the chat. Where's the nation at? I need you to get loud. Need you to get proud. Where's the defense at? Defense played actually a lot better last week. 2nd down and 3. Watson under center. Is that Amari far out left? Fake handoff. Deshaun. He's going to tuck it and run. And he's going to pick up the first down. He slides forward. Why the hell is Max Crosby in coverage, PG? I get it. You want to be creative. You want to have a good time here. But the amount of times that Max Crosby should drop back into coverage this season, the answer is 0. Even if they look at you and they go, we're going to go deep, the answer is 0. Every single time. 1st down and 10. Watson scrambles to the right, and then they got him. It's amazing. When you have Max Crosby go after the quarterback, good things happen. Let me get some 98s down below. Let me get some 98s down below. That's a huge freaking stop there by Mad Max. 2nd down and 15. You got 2 to the left. You got 2 to the right. Looks like Amari's on that right side. Watson's going to call. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Nick Chubb. And Chubb's going to break 2 tackles, and he's going to pick up 14 yards. That's unbelievable. I mean, that just can't happen, man. You get an unbelievable effort play by Crosby, and then they're going to hand it off. Your defensive line got whooped. Very interesting defensive lineman here. Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, Watson, handoff left side, and it's just wide open hole to the 40, to the 50. Oh, my God. I mean, they have no answer right now for this Browns offensive line. They're just getting whooped, man. The physicality is not being matched. If I got to watch this game, it's going to be a long game. Roger, this foo is impregnating the defense. 1st down and 10. Roger. Come on, Roger. There's kids that watch this show. 1st down and 10. Ball to 50. I mean, I'd run the ball every time. I would go up to the line of scrimmage and go, we're going to run the football, and you can't do anything about it. 4 carries, 52 yards. And Watson picked up a 1st down with his legs. 2nd down and 1. What could Kevin Stefanski possibly be pissed off about? Now, I mean, we got to get closer here to Amari on the left. Handoff, Chubb, nope, keeper, Watson to the 20. We have no answer. I got faked out. That's a hell of a quarterback keeper there. Fake handoff to Chubb. I thought Chubb had the football. Watson then scrambles out to the left side. He picks up 20-plus yards with his legs. Ball here at the 16. Not looking good for Taino's birthday, I'll tell you that. Handoff, middle, Chubb. Or Crosby, where are you going? He cleans it up then. 2nd down and 9. Even on a run that I thought they lost a yard, they gained a yard. That's how you know everything's going in your way. 2nd down and 9, ball to 15. Come on, Raiders. Noah, what up, man? Playing like he has Mitch's arms. What does that mean? Is that good? I don't know if that's good. Watson looks, throws, middle. Caught by David Njoku. Broken up there. I thought he did by David. Oh, my God. 3rd down and 3. Nice tackle there by Divine Diablo. It's
3rd down.
Come on, defense. Nick Chubb's the running back. I mean, if I'm Cleveland, I run the football 2 times here. Raiders got to get some guys on the line. Chubb up the middle. And they got him. Really big play there by the rookie Trey Taylor, followed up by Robert Spillane. I think that's going to take us to the end of the 1st quarter. Friendly reminder out there for everyone who's watching this show, for people that are watching live, if you need anything for Father's Day, we do have Father's Day deals going on right now here at the Raiders Report. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/RaidersDad. We got coffee mugs, we got hats, long sleeve t-shirts, there's some jerseys available. I will admit, though, the jerseys are going quick, so you might not be able to get your hands on them. This is probably only valid also for the people that are watching this live show, because if you're not watching this live, I mean, the link might still work. It's just not going to be for Father's Day. So it's chatsports.com/RaidersDad if you want to get anything special for Dad for that special day coming up here. 4th and 2. Do they go for it? Would you go for it? They're going to kick the field goal. They're going to kick the field goal. I'm not going to lie. I'm okay with them kicking a field goal. I thought that was going to be a drive that they absolutely went down the field and scored. I mean, they were marching. They had the momentum. That was a lot of physicality there. A lot of physicality. I mean, we gotta wake up here. Like, if you're not ready to match that type of physicality, you're wasting my time. You're wasting all of our times. We got to get it going here. Reminder, at halftime of today's game, we are going to be doing a 50-50 raffle, $20 Venmo. In order to get in that bad boy, you would go home with $120 here on today's show. All right, the kick is away. Laubie's going to return this one. No, he's going to take a knee. We're going to get out to the 25. This is also the time of the show that I'll say, remember, the NFL's got brand new kickoff return rules. We don't have the new Madden game yet. Once we do get the new Madden, then once it comes out, then we'll have it. We'll be able to do the games then. But old kickoff return rules there. Gardner Minshew. Thank you, Chuck. Ball at the 25-yard line here. Devontae and Jacoby are both on the right side. And the Raiders are going to try a little Browns action here. Running up the middle with Zeus. Zeus going to get 4 yards. I mean, that's a good first down run. If I'm the Raiders, do you go back to it or do you go to the air? You're going to go to the air here? I'll tell you this right now. If anybody ever has the privilege to play me in Madden, I only pass the football. I will never run. I'm telling you right now, I will never run. Minshew, under center. Going to drop back. Looking. Throws. I'll tell you this right now. He's wide open. Minshew looked like that random guy that you see at the state fair trying to knock over that bowling pin. You're like, sir, that's not close. He's like, but I was all state. And you're like, you know what? You kind of do look like a pro blower. Third down at 6. 7 minutes, 25 seconds to go here. Minshew's going to drop back. Shotgun. Looking. Throws. And that one he completes. First down, Raiders. That was the difficulty on that throw. Look at this throw. The defender's right there. Back shoulder. First down, Las Vegas. And then the knockoff Antonio Pierce absolutely loves it, man. He absolutely loves it. God bless you. Minshew, shotgun. Devontae on the left. Bowers on the right. Fake handoff to Laube. Quick throw. Devontae's got to catch that, I think. It's not an easy ask. Not an easy ask. However, though, you expect Davante Adams to make that catch because of the pedigree of player that he is. He took a quick lick. But he did. Quick hit. Power eye. Minshew, fake handoff to Zamir. Minshew looked down the field. Wide open, caught. Touchdown, Raiders! Michael Mayer left wide open. That's what 12 personnel is going to do. It's going to confuse people, and the people I think are really going to underestimate how fast Mayer is. Remember, he dropped 10 pounds this year, so he was playing about 265. He's somewhere around 255 pounds. He said he wanted to add a little bit of speed. You saw it on full display right there. Touchdown, Michael Mayer. Raiders up 6-3. I'll tell you what, it's exactly what the doctor ordered. That's big. You didn't have the best first drive. It stalled in an unpleasant way there for the silver and black. Then you give up probably a very, demoralizing drive by the Browns until you finally got that late stop, 7-3, and then a beautiful drive to go down the field, take the lead. That's a big-time answer. A Josh McDaniels team ain't doing that. I'm telling you that right now. They're not doing it. That's a big-time response there by AP. You're going to find a team that doesn't quit every single week. They won't do it. I guarantee you, they're not quitting on you. They're not quitting on you. The kick is away. It's going to be taken here, and it's a knee down. Ball at the 25. Ron Raspberry said, you know what, Mitch? I'm feeling lucky. Give me in that duck race. Ron Raspberry, you in? Charles G, you in? Which means now we are up to $20 Venmo. You'd win $140. All right, shotgun for Watson. I'm not going to lie. I was like, this is taking a long time. I kept rambling. Watson under, and it's a gain of 4. Quick hit there by Divine Diablo. Yeah, it's been run. Nothing but runs. The Browns and the runs.
It's like me. It's like me that one time I had bad chicken wings.
It's
nothing but runs.
It's like me tonight because we're getting Popeyes, and I can't wait. Deshaun, shotgun, looks, throws again, short middle of the field, caught by Nick Chubb, and it takes 2 guys to bring him down. Whoever's got Chubb in fantasy, you probably have a Chubb. He's having a hell of a football game here in the first half. 7-3 is the score. The score. Watson under center, 5 minutes, 43 seconds. Both teams still have all 3 of their timeouts. Watson missed them. Oh, my God. Ja'Cory Bennett just got roasted by Amari Cooper, and Deshaun Watson missed him. I mean, that's a walk-in 60-yard touchdown. I don't know what Ja'Cory's doing. He's got to be better. I mean, you're lucky that that's not a 60-yard touchdown right there. You're lucky. 2nd down and 10. Watson looks, throws, completed. 3rd down and 2. If you're the Browns, you run, right? If you're the Raiders, are you prepping for run or are you prepping for pass? If I'm the Raiders, I'm prepping for run.
It's 3rd down. Type those threes.
Handoff. Chubb. Oh, my God. Broken tackle, missed tackle, down to the 35. Though I almost wish that we could get the instant replay there. I feel like Spillane got held.
Nah.
No. And he just missed him.
No.
He just missed him. Jack Jones couldn't bring him down. I mean, honestly, if you're the Browns, you're running it every time. Why would you not run the football every time? They're averaging 10 yards per carry.
3 tight end set.
Run it again. Nobody's covering Amari. Keep running it. We got to get an answer, AP. Call timeout. Your guys got to be sucking wind. Look at somebody in the face and give them a challenge. Give them a challenge. I got a challenge for you. Every 50, a beer bong's going down. Every 50. I got a deal. I got to get some good vibes going here. Ball to 28. You know what? And I'm going to count it as a bang for May. Throw. Missed tackle. Tackle by Crosby. 1st down and 10. Christ. Every 50 on this drive is a bang and a bong. A bang and a bong. 1st down and 10. Raiders up 7-3. 3 minutes, 44 seconds. I mean, are we just going to go into halftime with a bunch of just timeouts? Watson looks, throws. Touchdown, Cleveland. You know what? I needed this, though. Ventrack! Bang! Ventrack. That's a big one. That extends his lead. If anybody wants to be the new May Bang MVP, it's going to take at least a gong rip. Ventrack's got a 4-bang lead on the rest of the pack. That's a big response there by Cleveland. What'd you say? You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Also, Jeremy, whoever spans Ventrack the most. We got Ventrack on there, right? Whoever spams Ventrack the most. We got Adam. Oh, you need one.
There we go, 2.
You know what? You're a good teammate. Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me open that for you.
Can't spell tasty without T.
See, Yoda, your first few didn't count because it says Ventrad. Also, the game's still going on. 1st down and 10. 1st down and 10. Hey, Ventrack, L'Chaim.
Missed throw by Minshew again. When do we put in AOC?
I mean, I'll tell you what. It's getting louder in Vegas. Because if I got to... He really hasn't played great.
And
he hasn't.
Ron, I'm putting your name on Mitch's arm.
Who?
Ron Raspberry.
The Raspberry. Handoff, Laube. I mean, you want to prove that you have no confidence in your quarterback, you're running right there. Like, if you already don't have that type of confidence in your QB, maybe it is time to go to AOC. Oh, my Lord. Excuse me. 3rd down at 6. 3 minutes to go. Minshew's going to drop back. He's going to look. Steps up, throws. Never a doubt in my mind in Gardner Minshew. 1st down, Raiders. Franchise QB to Brock Bowers. Never a doubt. I mean, what great job there. Stepping up, throwing a freaking missile. I mean, you can't ask for a better throw. But also, you got to give a lot of credit there to Brock Bowers. What do you guys think? This is turning into something pretty impressive, I think. Next one, we just got to do like barbed wire. First down and 10. Minshew, handoff. Zeus! I think he wanted to challenge the defender. He ran directly into that defender. Shout out to Jacob Surd. I'm punchy. What a Fiaz, Justin Olson. I see ya. I see ya. Hey, flash the deal. All right, I got a deal. Minshew looking. Pitter patter. Let's get at her. Oh, 2-minute warning. You lost a yard. Sack. All right, here's my deal. And I hope that you guys like it. Every 20 for the remainder of this half on the sleeve. It's a hell of a deal. Every 20 for the remainder of the half, you get on the sleeve. Minshew, shotgun, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Minshew's going to drop back. He's going to look. Minshew throws. Open again. First down, give me it. First down, give me it. Michael Mayer, what a game. You know, we were actually literally talking about Mayer's fantasy value earlier today. If you have Mayer in today's game, you're like, holy shit, man. I mean, he's got to be, 80 yards and a touchdown? First down and 10, minute 52 to go. Minshew's going to drop back. Oh, God. Oh, God. Well, it's maybe because Colton Miller is like the third version of himself. Like Colton Miller's Charizard. Whoever this is Charmander. I mean, Colton Miller's 6'8". Myles Garrett, Christ. If you're the Raiders, though, do you run it here? Minshew, oh, God, he's panicking. They're going to pick up 3rd and 17. You just got to get in field goal range, dude. Honestly, I would have ran the football there because you could have at least gotten 4 yards and let the clock tick down. Because what you don't want is have the Browns who get the ball to start the second half and have 3 timeouts. Like, the clock should be ticking right now. 10-7, Browns ahead. Minshew drops back. Can't find anyone open. I mean, what a horrible throw. He dropped it. It's a terrible throw by Minshew. I mean, you're looking at like a 57-yarder. That's in Carlson's range. If I'm the Raiders, I send Daniel out here. And they sent the punter. Unbelievable. That's 2 drives now in this game. 2 drives in this game that you've been in field goal range, that you took yourself out of field goal range. And it's a touchback. Christ. Oh, Christ. I mean, those are the back-breaking things where if you have the opportunity to go 3-1 compared to 2-2.
I didn't realize the Browns' touchdown was by Jerry Jeudy.
Jerry Jeudy.
Number 3.
Yep. F that guy. F Denver. Timeout Cleveland. 2nd down and 3. Jerry Danley's just giving out tattoos left and right. He said, let's get Chuggs' name on your arm. See, here's the thing, though. You got to sign it exactly where you signed Taino's.
And the thing is, that's actually enough for 2 names. So the person who spams Jerry the most gets a name as well.
Jerry, 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 Jerry. 2nd down and 3. Bunch formation. Watson drops back, slings it, and he's just Nick Chubb wide open. Robert Spillane on the coverage. If you got Nick Chubb today, you're probably a pretty happy fantasy owner. You got to be a pretty happy fantasy owner. I mean, Nick Chubb's never catching that football in real life. I mean, who do they think Nick Chubb is? In a game that I don't even know if he's playing in. 1st down and 10. Ball to 35. Wait, where are you going? You got one more. What the heck is that? Watson scrambles, fumbles out of bounds. 1st down, ball at the 16. Who do you think? Jake Serb. I was going to say.
Justin Olsen.
Justin Olsen? Okay. Justin Olsen, you are the winner. Ball to 16, 15 seconds to go here for Cleveland. And they're going to scramble again. They're going to run it. Missed tackle. Ball's out! Oh, my God, and the Browns recover it. 2 Raiders right there. 2 Raiders were right there, and you missed it. You missed your opportunity. Because now they're going to get another shot at the end zone. Ball to 9. Unless they bring out the field goal. I mean, they got the offense out there right now. They do. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 3. Ball to 9. It's one play. You got one play to the end zone. And that could not have been their play. No way that's your play. It's 3rd down and 3. I would imagine you're going to bring out the field goal unit. Madden's telling me it's their offense. I'm just not going to believe them. Not going to believe them. If you're the Browns, okay, they're going to bring out the field goal unit. They're going to try to make this a 13-7 football game. 13-7 is the score, and that's how we are going into halftime. What? 1 second, Christ. 13-7. Dude, if Laube returns this shit, I'll do a boot. Don't look at me like that. There's no way. That would be insane. Now I'm nervous. Type stop. I'm just kidding. 13-7. I will say, if you would have gave me that deal last year, I would have taken it. But this year he has, oh God, he's going to return this. Ball to 5. So 25 gets out. Oh, he makes, nope. 30. I mean, we saw 2 last game. That's almost like there's no way it's going to happen for the rest of the year. 2 in 1 game, no way it's going to happen the rest of the year. All right, Raiders are down 13-7 at halftime, which means it's time for a little duck race action here. Last chance for you to get in. $20 Venmo at Mitchell Renz 365. I see Luis Rodriguez is in. So right now, winner would get $150 here on today's show. 150 buckarooskies. 150. Or do we make it a bigger pot and do it at the end of the show? What do you guys think? Big pot at the end of the show or 2 duck races? If you want big pot, type BP. If you want 2 duck races, then type 2. What do you guys think? What do you think? I'll let you guys pick. I'm me for belief says wants the bigger one. Luis says 2. So Luis is actually in this race. Ventrax says big. All right, you know what? If Taino's watching this show, today's Taino and Ventrax show. Ventrax says big. Taino, if you also say big, then we're going to go big pot. The big pot. If I don't get an answer from Taino in 30 seconds, he says let's go big. You know what? $20 Venmo to get in our 50-50 raffle. Taino, I love everything you do for us. I'm going to add $100 to this pot here. So originally, $20 Venmo, you were going to win $150. Now it's going to be a $20 Venmo to win $250, and that's only going to grow. And that's only going to grow. Here we go. Second half action coming up here on today's show. This one's a hell of a football game, man. This has been a hell of a football game. So the big pot, we're going to do one at the very, very end of today's show. Here on the Raiders Report, 22 get in. Aaron, you, sir, are in. What'd you say? 200 away from a Chuggs boot? 200 away. If somebody sent in a 200 right now, I would boot race you. Dude, that would be iconic. Yeah, that's a shit ton of names, too. That's besides the point. The S? Is it a can? Honestly, I'm going to be honest. I can't see it. Is it a good one? Oh, the Superman S. If you didn't draw one of those S's, the real question is, where did you start? For those of you that didn't hear that, he goes bump, 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 bump. I don't know. There's something like that. You get it. 13-7, and it's a 8-yard pickup there by David Njoku. David Njoku. 13-7. 7 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in this football game. Or in the third quarter. Watson looks, throws, left side. And they're going to say he got his feet in. Amari Cooper was able to drag his feet. Gets up to the 43-yard line. Raiders down 6 points. You're going to have to figure out a way to get a stop on this drive and get your offense back out there. I don't know if it's a turnover. I don't know what we need. You got to figure it out because Cleveland, even though they're only up 13-7, they've dominated this game. Browns looking, throws. Oh, my Lord. How did he catch that football? Amari Cooper, middle of the field, caught. And, I mean, he got drilled right away. Ball at the 46. 2nd down and 7. Watson here. He's going to be under center. Raiders show 4. And they're going to run the rock, and I don't blame them. I'll tell you what, though, really good tackle there by Robert Spillane. 3rd down and 4. Come on, y'all.
It's
where are we at?
Third down.
3rd down and 4. Watson shotgun. Pressured. Screen. Chubb, they stopped him. They stopped him. 4th down and 1. Do you go for it, though? Your offense has been able to move the football. You've had Nick Chubb, who's been dominant on the ground. You're on the Raiders' side of the... If I'm Las Vegas, I'm preparing here. Oh, my God, they're not going to go for it.
It's a fake!
I mean, maybe.
We did see a fake field goal earlier.
We did see a fake field goal earlier this season. Punt is away, and it's going to go into the back of the end zone. That's clutch. Raiders going to get the ball here at the 20. Also, I see Jason Gutierrez. You're in again. Norman Hernandez, you in. Charles G in again. Right now, $20 Venmo, you'd go home with $290. 1st down and 10. Minshew, handoff. Zamir, there's no blocking right there. I shouldn't even say that. He missed the hole. Second look at it, he missed the hole. Zeus, I'll tell you. Hole missed. Hole missed. Where'd you go to college? Hole missed. 2nd down and 8. 13-7 is the score. 5 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Minshew shotgun. Laube in at running back. Minshew's going to drop back 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Minshew looks, checks it down. Laube, and he gets tackled right away. 3rd down and 6. I mean, you can't just get a phenomenal stop like that.
It worked in the beginning, and they kind of went away from it very quick, was the Zamir White runs. I mean, we're looking at the rushing yards team to team. Brown's outgaining you by like 80 yards on the ground.
It's not even close. So what, you're saying go back to the running game? Minshew, handoff, Laube. Okay, Chuggs. 1st down, Laube. I mean, that's a really, really big 1st down right there. Really, really big 1st down right there. Ball at the 34. Zach, you're in. Zach, also, your last name, I have no idea. It might be the hardest last name I've ever seen. That's worse. Handoff, Laube again. Has a shotgun. He's going to get about 2. All right, how would you pronounce this last name? Wonnacott.
Wonnacott?
See, the way I feel right now, too risky. 2nd down and 8. Power I formation, Minshew, handoff, Zamir. I'll tell you what, that's a good run right there. Lowers his shoulder, bowls forward for a gain of 6. 3rd down and 2 coming up here. Do you go back to it? The way Zamir ran that rock, I'm going back to him. Do you run or do you pass here? Chuggs wanted them to run the football. They've been able to run the football a little bit better here on this drive. I'll tell you what, though, that's a long 2. That's what Alex tells me. Handoff. No. Minshew's going to keep it. Throw. I'll tell you what, The safety blankets today have been Michael Mayer and Brock Bowers. Mayer's having himself a career football game. Bowers has picked up a lot of clutch catches too. I mean, realistically, the Browns are just saying, you know what? We're going to take away Jacoby Myers. We're going to take away Devontae Adams. Can your young tight ends beat us? Minshew, shotgun, going to drop back here. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, you got to get rid of it. The pressure started to just become too much there. He's got to throw this one out of bounds. 2nd down and 10. 2 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Chuggs, I got a deal. Noah Santana, 3rd down, has to be holding on that belt. If we get a turnover, I'll bring out the turnover belt. That's what it is. It's the turnover belt now, Taino. Oh, my Lord. Nobody blocked. Who the hell's that? Jordan Hicks? 3rd and 17. Sack. And what's the worst part about that? You might have just put yourself at a field goal range again. The Raiders should have at least 13 points in this game. This should at least be a 13-13 game. But because of costly sacks, you've taken yourself out of it. I also realize that we're on the other side of the 42. Oh, my goodness. 1st down, Devontae! I mean, what type of magician type of shit is Gardner Minshew pulling off here? Scrambles to his left. I also hate to break it to y'all. There's never going to be a time this season where Gardner Minshew rolling to his left on one leg is thrown at 60 yards. But you know what? In Madden, we'll take it. 1st down and goal, baby. Ball at the 4-yard line. If I'm the Raiders, 4 straight Zamir White runs. Handoff. Zamir up the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown, Las Vegas. I mean, what an unbelievable throw that was by Gardner Minshew. And a great job by Devontae to come back to that football. 3rd and 17 to get that. And now we have a chance to go up by 1 point. 14-13, hopefully. Carlson is automatic. And it's good. It's like, we'll end the stream right now if he misses it. And it's no good. All right. We lied about that, but we're going to keep the stream going. 14-13. Come on, Raiders. See, now is where you got to get a stop. You got to get your offense back out onto the football field. In real life, the fact that the Raiders are in this game, though I guess, they did leave 6 points on the board, but it just feels like a game that the Browns have dominated. The kick is away. What? What, with McDaniels? Yes. Oh, the Browns? I'll be honest, I didn't watch too many Browns football games last year. I see my man, Mr. Cleary, you in. You in. Here we go, 1st down and 10, and it's a handoff by Chubb, and you thought it was going to be a loss of 1 or 2, and again, it just turns into a gain of 27. I mean, how many broken tackles were there? He broke 1 tackle in the front. I mean, the Raiders had it stopped. You just couldn't get a hand on him. He's breaking tackles left and right. What is his rating in this game? I mean, bro, he's got to have close to 160, 70 total yards of offense. He is killing us. Can you do a box and one on a running back? Watson drops back, throws. Nick Chubb, why wouldn't it be? Gain of 4. I mean, it doesn't really hurt the Raiders, but my goodness. I'm me for believe. I agree. Shit is crazy. Ball at the 38. Ball at the 40. 38 seconds to go. I mean, the Browns today, 15 for 15. Pass to run breakdown. I mean, that's about as perfect as it gets. Brown, handoff. Nick Chubb, he's got a wide open lane to the 30, 25, 20 to the 15. He's got 11. Honestly, this looks like Madden. This looks like when you do like you're my player and you're the running back and you're like, yeah, I got 11 carries for 137 yards and a touchdown. Oh, by the way, I also have 60 receiving yards. End of the third quarter. End of the third quarter. Get those 4s in the chat. The Browns have 214 rushing yards and 19 passing yards. What? Brown shots. You want to make our Browns host? That's up to him, though. He's like, nah, I ain't feeling it. 14-13 is the score. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Watson's going to drop back. He's going to throw and he's going to complete it. 2nd down and 4. Ball to 9. Come on, Raiders. I mean, like, I do have confidence in this team, but I also don't want to be down to the Browns because you have yet to be able to prove that you can stop their running game. Throw and another 1st down here for Cleveland. 1st down and goal. I mean, Watson today's got 2 incompletions. Nick Chubb's got 137 rushing yards, and the Raiders are somehow in the lead 14-13. Like, that's how weird and lopsided this game has been. A lot of time left for Yoda. I hear you. All right, we got bunches to the left again. It looks like Njoku's by himself on the right. Watson's just going to tuck it. He's going to run, and he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland. I mean, what do you do, though, on that play? You got Nick Chubb, who's right there, and Watson's like, either you're going to come after me, or I'm going to flip it to the guy that you can't stop, or I'm going to run this one in. I mean, like, that's one of the benefits of having a mobile quarterback, where Minshew, I don't think Minshew's making that play, and I know Aiden's definitely not going to make that play.
Do you go for 2 here?
If I'm Cleveland, I go for 2. Yep, which they're going to go for 2. Amari's by himself on the left. Looks like Jerry Jeudy's top to the right, and it's broken up. That's huge. Broken up there by the Raiders. 19-14 is the score. I mean, that's big. You needed that one. You absolutely, positively needed that. Because now if you can get some points on the board, because now if you're the Raiders and you score a touchdown, I mean, you got to go for 2, no? Then you go for 2. If you're the Raiders and you score, you go for 2. You got to make this a 22-19 football game. Are they going to do an onside kick? No way. That doesn't even make sense. I thought they were lining up, but stupid. All right, kick is away here for Cleveland. Laube back to return it. Just take the knee. Let's go. Get your offense back out there on the field. All right, so you were able to run the football okay last drive with Zamir. Is that where you're going back to? I mean, the Raiders have all 3 of their timeouts. So does Cleveland.
I'm running it. You're taking some of the time off the clock, and you got to get Zamir going.
Yeah.
Because Minshew's been his best whenever it's been, oh, there we go.
There we go. Zamir breaks to a tackle and another one. What a carry by Zeus. 8 for 51 and a touchdown. Timmy Jones, you in.
And I was just saying, Minshew's been his best this season on Madden whenever he's been playing out of play action.
Austin Gomez, also you are in. Minshew got 2 running backs. These plays usually have worked out pretty well for the Raiders. Looks, throws. It's another 1st down. Looking for Jacoby. Threw it a little bit behind him. Really tough catch there by number 16. Able to bring that one in. Jeremy, do you know what college Jacoby Myers went to? A little trivia. Nope. It is a state school. Handoff, Zamir. He's going to get about 2 yards. Their mascot, or how about this? Their colors are red and white and black.
Is it like a Power 5 school?
Yes.
South Carolina?
Nope.
Red, white, and black?
Yep.
Arkansas?
Nope. Handoff, Zamir, left side. 3rd down and 7. 3rd down and 7.
Red, white, and black?
Yep.
Power 5, Rutgers?
Nope.
Maryland?
Nope. I'm pretty sure they're Power 5. 3rd down and 7.
You're about to tell me a non-Power 5 school.
I think they are Power 5. 19-14. Raiders, 3rd down and 7. Minshew looks wide open. He missed him. Oh, my goodness.
Bench him.
He missed him. That's a walk-in touchdown for Devontae Adams, and he missed him.
Bench him now.
I don't know how. Jimmy Garoppolo makes that throw. Jimmy Garoppolo makes that throw.
They're going for it.
And they're going to go for it here on 4th down and 7. I thought they were about to bring out Daniel Carlson. Minshew drops back. He's looking. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Never a doubt in my mind. 1st down, Raiders. Jacoby Myers with the catch of the year. Holy crap. Minshew from the Raiders' eye patch throws a seed 30 yards down the field to the 20. Jacoby jumps over 2 defenders and brings it in on 4th down and 7. You can't make it up. It's almost like this is a video game. 19-14. Devontae says, hey, I got one-on-one. Are you going to miss me this time? Minshew under center. Handoff, Zamir.
Oh.
Holy shit. Zamir just got put on his bush by Bush. And it's 2nd down and 10.
Did he go to NC State?
He went to NC State. That's Power 5, right?
Yeah, ACC.
I also said it was a state school.
Oh, like it has state in the name.
State school. No, it's a state school. Handoff. Oh, God. 3rd down and 8. It is. North Carolina State. It's like Penn State. 3rd and 8. What do you do here? I mean, you got to go, to me, you got to go to either, you go to your bread and butter all game, which has been your 2 tight ends, or Jacoby's been really, really clutch on this drive. Power I don't love. Oh, my God, they're going to run on 3rd down and 8, and they're going to lose 5 yards. That's the worst play call I've ever seen. That's some Josh McDaniels type of play call.
Luke Getsy, what the hell?
I mean, you're going up against, also you're trying to pitch it to the left side against Myles Garrett, who has already embarrassed Colton Miller one time this game. That might be the worst play call I've seen ever on Madden. I don't know how you could draw up a worse play call. That's a play call where you're like, you know what, I don't know what I want to do. The play clock's running out. I'm just going to click Ask Madden, and that comes up, and you're like, I'd rather take the flag. That's a terrible play. Kick is up, kick's good. 19-17 is the score. I can't even believe that was the play call.
3 minutes left. You're really putting a lot on your defense to make it stop.
You got 3 timeouts. You got the 2-minute warning, and you're going up against a team that, quite frankly, you can't stop them running the football.
And if they want to run out the clock, they just need a couple 1st downs, if they're smart, to run this clock out.
Shout out to Taino. Shout out to Taino. Come on, Raiders. Come on, Raiders. You're down 2 points. Now, again, you can get a stop here. I'm actually, that makes sense for them to take it out. And they get out to about like the 20-yard line here. All right, so you got, I mean, look at this day. Look at these numbers here by Chubb. You got 137, 27, 164 total yards of offense. What the hell? What the hell? Ball here at the 21. Watson, they're going to pass, and it's dropped. Oh, my. Are the Browns about to spoon feed one here to the Raiders? I mean, it was just dropped. 2nd down and 10. I mean, if you're Cleveland now, I think you almost got to run. I think you almost have to run the football here. No? Watson, shotgun. One to the right, one to the left. Handoff. No, quarterback keeper, and there's just nobody home. 1st down and then some. I mean, that's what I mean. Watson's got 100 rushing yards. Nick Chubb, he's got 100 and it seems like a million. 1st down and 10. Can we do a QB spy? I mean, realistically, they haven't been able to beat you throwing the football. They're just running the rock. 3 to the right. I feel like I'm watching a high school football game. Realistically, is how I feel. You got 3 to the right. Nobody's on your left side. Handoff. Nick Chubb. Nobody touches him for 15 yards. 1st down, Cleveland. 2-minute warning. He's got 150 rushing yards. Cleveland, I don't think, has 50 passing yards. They got 250 rushing yards. 253 freaking rushing yards. Ball to 44. Shocking again. Run. Chubb. 9 yards. Flag. Hang on a second. This could be huge. Holding on the offense.
Beep, beep, beep.
Might be the first flag of the season. We'll take it. Elijah Moore. 1st and 16. I mean, if you're Cleveland, you go right back to the ground game here. And if you're the Raiders, you got to start thinking about taking timeouts. Timeout, Las Vegas. 2nd down and 13. I mean, you got to keep taking those timeouts. You got 2 left. Cleveland can probably get this down. I mean, if they get another first down, the game's over. I mean, if you're Las Vegas, you just got to commit to the run. Get more guys on the line of scrimmage. They got 8 guys in the box here. Is that 8? Yeah, 8 guys in the box, and it's another handoff to Nick Chubb. Really, really good tackle there by Spillane. It's 3rd down and 9. The Raiders got 1 timeout remaining. If you're Cleveland, do you run it again? If I'm Cleveland, I do quarterback option.
It's 3rd down.
Come on, Raiders. Under center, Deshaun Watson. You got a receiver to the right. Nick Chubb on the D on Raiders. They're going to pass. Throws. No! It's taken down. Tyree Wilson. What a huge sack by Tyree Wilson.
What did I say? Tyree Wilson breakout season.
Breakout season.
And where was he playing? Defensive tackle.
Anthony Green says, Mitch, I want 2 spots. $20 Venmo, you'd win $350 right now. I think what's interesting about that play call is, I mean, I'm curious if you're the Browns, if you try to run it with Chubb, you get a few yards, do you kick a field goal and make this then a game where they got to score a touchdown? Or, I mean, you need 3 points. Raiders, sure, you don't got any timeouts, but you got a minute 40 and you're at the 19-yard line. You don't need to rush. Like, you can run a good, solid NFL offense, and all you need is 50 yards here. Give Daniel a shot. Shotgun, Minshew, drops back. You just can't take a sack, and he's going to take a shot down the field right away, and there's just nobody home. Minshew today, 13 for 22. He's got a touchdown on a broken play, but, like, that's not the play I'm running. Like, you're not going to be able to regain everything right away. If I'm the Raiders there, I'm trying to just get 7, 8 yards, easy pitch and catch to get the momentum. 2nd and 3 is a lot different than 2nd and 10. Minshew looks, throws. That's the play I would have ran on first down. Luckily, they pick up a first down here. 1st down and 10 for the Raiders. Underneath crossing route there by Jacoby Myers. He just beats his guy. And I'll tell you what, Jacoby's had himself a hell of a football game. Up against Juan Thornhill. Even better. Even better. Come on, Raiders. No huddle offense, a minute 10 remaining. They're taking a lot of time here. Minshew looks again, middle, wide open. Devontae makes a guy miss to the 40. Gets down to the 30, makes another guy miss to the 20. All the way down to the 12-yard line. Devontae Adams. That's why he's the best in the biz. I mean, look at this. Devontae wide open beats his man. Makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss, makes another guy miss, and picks up a huge, huge first down for the Raiders. He's now got 4 for 127. I mean, if you're Las Vegas, we're just trying to get a few extra yards here, right? Kick the field goal, you go home. Oh my God, they're passing. What are you doing? I mean, what are we doing? Minshew sacked? Lost 12 yards? In what world are we in? And the clock is ticking. Yo! 13, 12, 11. What's happening? What is happening? What? What are we doing? What? I don't even know what to say to that. There's no way you're bringing the offense back out here, right? There's no way. Dude, this literally doesn't make sense. There's no way. All right, Christ. Timeout. Timeout for the Browns to ice the kicker. I don't know if I've ever seen a team try to throw away a football game. That's as close as it gets. Not even Josh McDaniels would do that. All right, so you're looking at about a 43-yard field goal attempt here. 43 yards for the win. This would put the Raiders at 3-1. Kick is up. The kick is good. Winner, Daniel Carlson. A 3-1 Raiders season after they lost to the Chargers week 1. What a monumental win. That's a big win for the program, though that might be the worst win in Raiders history. I mean, that's a disgraceful way to win a football game. I mean, there was a second in everybody's mind, a game that we were like, all right, Devontae's down at the 13. We got this game in the bag. Are we about to watch Madden just F us over in a win here? I mean, it went quick. Quick. Can I get some JWBs, though? That's a big just win, baby. That's a big just win, baby. Reminder, y'all, if you enjoyed today's live show, we're going to go live for every single Raiders game this upcoming season. On top of that, we're going to be doing Madden simulations during the offseason. Shout out to all the real ones out there that tune in to today's show, and I hope to see you on our next Raiders Live. All right, Jeremy, final call here to get in our 50-50 raffle.
Thoughts?
It's the greatest, worst game I've ever seen. Both teams, like the Browns should be ashamed of themselves for losing that game. The Raiders should be ashamed of themselves for the way that they won that game. I can't even believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw. All right, we got
Kenyon
Nico
said,
Lazia in.
just one, barely.
93 Nav man, you in.
Jason said, where's the belt? We didn't get to use it today, upsettingly. There wasn't any turnovers.
We're going to use it this season a lot, though. I have a feeling. The turnover belt from Tyo Raider. I mean, this shit is cool, man. So everything we did today was for Tyo. He's an absolute real one here on this show. He literally sent us this WWE belt. Like, bro, we got to do the Royal Rumble ideas. We got to figure out a way. We got to get the game. We got to get the game.
Get your head in the game.
Got to get that. Got to get that.
Would y'all want to do, instead of a duck race,
would
y'all want to do, if we did a WWE Royal Rumble?
You get 30 people in, and instead of like winning money, what if we got another one of these and you just like won the belt?
Yeah?
Not this belt. This belt I'm keeping. You ain't getting this one. But if we got like another like Raiders belt, we did like a WWE.
Would y'all,
or would you want the money?
Would y'all enter in for a chance to win the belt for $50? That's the question.
Would you try to win the belt for $50?
I looked it up during the stream. It's like $580. Almost $600.
That's insane.
Would y'all want a chance to win a belt?
Nico said, I'm down. Belt and a 50-50 raffle for Nico. Maybe.
Well, is Nico in this one?
Nico is in this one, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I like the idea, though. I definitely like the idea. All right, I'm going to refresh my phone one more time. Venthrax says, hell yeah. So if Venthrax in, I have a feeling we'll probably do it. Scheffler, you in. So right now, $20 Venmo, you'd go home with $380. There's 28 people in. I'm putting an extra hundo in. And if Taino wins, Taino, again, shout out to you for everything we did today. It was kind of a crazy, crazy day. All right, Jeremy, I'm going to send you this list. Oh, man, we are also 2 bangs away from a Chuggs boot. A Chuggs boot right now would be...
It would hit.
It would hit.
Did you send me the names?
No, not yet. I'm getting there. They are now sent. 28 names in. Winner's going to go home with $380. I want to make sure that I got everybody in. So if you don't hear your name, yell at me right now. Navman, LCA, Taino, Noah Santana, Jason Gutierrez. I got 93. No, Javier Villafan, Anthony Green, Crash Dog, Stanley Holmes, Ron Raspberry, Charles G, Luis Rod, Aaron W, Jason Gutierrez, Norman Hernandez, Charles G again, Zach Wanacott. I got Gunny, Timmy Jones, Austin Gomez, Anthony Green, Nico 93, and then Chef. So if you didn't hear your name, tell me right now because that's all the names that I just sent to Jeremy Chuggs. What are we gonna do? What's gonna be the dog race? It's a good race.
Good race. Good race. I like it.
Very, very good. Very, very good race. All right, Chuggs. 3. How about this? At the end of this race, if we don't get 2 more bangs, we're going to end the show. If we do, though, boo.
Oh, wow. 93 just fell off the face of the earth.
And we might answer a few questions. Somebody said a Chuck race. I mean, I'll tell you what, Nabman looks like Chuck. Looks
also
identical to Chuck.
Javier. There's a couple Chucks in this race.
There's a couple. Charles G up there. Anthony Green, Javier, Zach Wanacott. Dude, what a last name.
Can you read Vinthrak's latest comment?
Vinthrak's latest one. Bow wow wow, yippee yo, yippee yay. When's that? Oh boy. Yep. My bad. 10 seconds to go. Winner's going to go home with $380.
Oh, it's LCA.
LCA. Wait! Jason Gutierrez! Bro, I'll tell you what. That's an impressive race. That's a really, really good race there by Jason Gutierrez, which I don't know if Jason's ever won before. We're about to find out. All right, so Jason has been in... Dude, Jason's been in quite a bit of races. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 races, and for the first time, he is a winner. Jason Gutierrez,
first
congrats. Win? Dude, first time.
Wow.
First time winner. Congrats, Jason. If you could, can you please confirm with everybody in the chat and with me that you just received $380? Congrats, man. That's freaking sick. That's sick. That's a hell of a way to get your weekend started. Though, we will be back tomorrow for Raiders Friday Happy Hour tomorrow. Oh! Bang! He said 3-peat. He won the MVP. Right now, he's in the lead. He won it our last stream, and he won it the one before that.
Wow.
Back to back to back. Which means 2 things, Chuggs. 1, Venthrak now has extended his bang lead by 5 bangs. So Good luck to anybody trying to take him down tomorrow. On top of that, we are now officially 1 bang away from a boot skadoo.
On top of that, it is 1 beer bong.
Yep.
But since Vinthrak's an MVP, whoever spams Vinthrak the most is going on your arm.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know if I can do a boot. I don't know if I should do a boot. A little boot skadoo. I do know this. Closing time is about to be here very soon. Dude, I'll tell you what, Venthrak, you're a crazy man. You're a crazy man, but I like you. All right, who's going on? I think you got to give it to Serb this time because you said his name last time. You got to give it to Serb. All right, I'll give you one more. Since that one I was like, you got to put Serb on because we said his name. It's going to be a sick tattoo I got. So what, there's like drinking dinner plans tonight? I'm going to go to a fancy restaurant with this freaking tattoo on me. Yoda. I'll tell you what, it looks pretty good. I'm telling you what, if we drew like some shit over here, I think people would think it's like a scroll. Dude, you got to be careful. Yeah, you got it. Chuggs is a professional. There's no doubt in my mind. Never a doubt in my mind. bro.
Which side's better?
Yeah, I don't know. That's official like a whistle. That looks sick. That looks sick. Somebody's like, how much to get that permanently tattooed on your arm? Not happening. I don't think I would get this arm tattooed just because, like, I don't want this arm tattooed. I would get every single name on this on the back of my calf. Like, because it's like Raiders related. Actually, I don't even know if back of my calf. I want Allegiant Stadium on the back of my calf. I got the back of my thigh. Back of my thigh is available. I would say legitimately to get every name on here tattooed on the back of my thigh. It's got to be the biggest one we've ever gotten. Which Ron, I did my leg sleeve because Ron sent in, I'm not even shitting you, $6K Venmo. To get every single one of y'all's names on the back of my leg, you'd have to beat that, honestly. You'd have to beat that. That would be nuts. That would be nuts. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to get out of here. Chuggs, I'll tell you what. I think you're gonna be free. I think you're gonna be good. I'm gonna refresh my phone. All right. Ventrack, man, seriously. Wild shit today yet again. Taino, if you guys didn't see the belt that Taino ended up sending us, I mean, this is insane to me. I mean, this is probably the coolest gift that we've ever gotten on the show. I hope that you guys see, Taino, we try to play in a lot of stuff for you today, just like, again, to show you our appreciation, because when you get something like this, you know, saying thank you at times, you know, just doesn't quite feel like enough. So, seriously, everything that you guys do for the show, it makes it a lot of fun. Hell of a belt. The next time that you're going to see Jeremy and I is going to be tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific, and I can't believe we're about to do this again. Raiders Friday happy hour. We got our week 5 game sim. Who the hell are we playing? Broncos. Will the winning streak continue? I sure do hope so. That game's going to be tomorrow here on the show. I'm going to rock the Ventrack yet again because he was the MVP. So, from Jeremy, from me, oh boy. Somebody said, I think we're okay. Say, we sing closing time on Friday. Closing time's on Friday, I think, because we're closing out the weekend. Jacob, Sir, Raider, Sancho, Ventrack, Taino, to all the real ones out there, have a hell of a night. I'm out.